Hi, I'm James. I've never run a game before. You lovely folks introduce yourself and who you're playing, and we'll go from there.
Hi, I'm Sigrid. I am playing Carrie, who is a 11th grader. She
Year
is in
11.
the 11th year. Yeah, 11. Thank you. And she can usually be seen hanging around the popular kids at school, aka I did write down the names somewhere. Rose, Brennan, Jessica, and Amy. She's part of the popular crew.
I'm Sam. I play Winter. She's 15 in year 11. If you've seen her, you've seen her either on the roof, hanging around around the school, probably smoking, maybe offering you something, maybe a snack. There's lots of rumors about her. She's only been there for 6 months. So there's lots of weird rumors about her killing animals, actually being 19, hiring assassins to kill people who don't go to school anymore, and weird shit. And she never says no to those rumors. She just kind of smiles and walks away or says something ominous.
You can call me Ren, but only teachers call me Lauren. I have a rather unusual accent for probably all of y'all. I come from Texas, so my family is from there. My dad had some good money. We're from the Perot family. I don't know if you've heard of the Perots. They have like a museum, whatever. I mean, he's kind of got some cash, so he didn't have time for me, so I made it on my way out. But I guess I ended up here, and Dad don't care because I'm out of the way. But you can probably find me out by the batting cages, which I found out that y'all don't really do. So rounders is what I heard y'all like to play. But always want to be part of the team, but a little afraid to do it. If not, you see me in my red cowboy boots, my blue jean jacket with patches from all over the world, and my yellow Walkman that I call Old Cheddar, that always carries a good mix of music that Chester's put on me. So he always likes to talk sound, but what do I know?
Much to it. Hi, I'm Bran, and I'll be playing Chester. Just someone who has encompassed music into every aspect of their life, could talk about it for hours on end. Kind of cool enough to bounce around with the popular crowd, but wouldn't rest with them. Happy to go, hide behind the school with Sam and grab a smoke. And generally around the batting cages, it's quiet enough, and I could just sneak over, play a little bit of guitar, and mind my own. All right.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm under here beneath all of these layers, which I am wearing because my character Knit, who I'm not going to do their introduction in person because they'd probably just say, I'm Knit, and walk away. They're a bit of a weirdo in that they just keep to themselves. They don't really talk to anyone, and they wear all these layers, like knitted sweaters and scarves and hats all year round, no matter the weather, even to gym class, which they get some shit for. And yeah, they don't really hang out with anyone. After school, they just tend to go to the ice rink and not really do much either, just kind of be there. And there's some rumors circulating about them too, in that, why the hell are they wearing so much all the time? Is there something wrong with them? Do they sleep out in the woods? Do they never shower? Who knows? But they don't really seem to really give a shit about any of that. Just want to be left alone. And yeah, I tried to dress up at Knit, and I'm probably not going to keep this all the way through.
Feel free to shed whenever. We don't want you passing out.
Yeah, I'll wear it for now, though. It's cozy.
The year is 2006. Everybody owes a Nokia 3510i, which is a classic phone for you that are too young to remember it. And you're all students at the school at Heaven's Gate, which is a little secluded community in the middle of the forest in England. You were all invited here for whatever reason with an envelope with no return address. And you came here to live out your lives, and all of you are at school, all of you are enjoying yourselves, and that is where we'll begin. It's a Friday evening, well, Friday afternoon? Afternoon. I get confused with time names. Anyway, we're just going into 6th period, which for your year 10 and year 11s is your study period. Now, the way study period works is you do whatever you like. Study is encouraged. Your teachers will make time for you if you need it. So we've got 1 year 10, 3 year 11s, and then we have Ren, the lonely year 9, who unfortunately is stuck in metalwork. So while you all figure out what you're going to be doing with your study period, we'll go to metalwork class. Ren, what are you working on?
Well, I'm kind of in the corner. I'm over there, just trying to sneak my music in if I can get away with it from the shop teach. And I'm just I don't know. I'm making like a little mini Lone Star State, Texas, because I'm a little homesick.
All right. So, as you say, you're perfectly fine listening to music. Mrs. Jackson isn't that bad, you know. As long as you focus on your work, you're all good there. And speaking of Mrs. Jackson, she seems a little irate today. I mean, she's there as always with metal prosthetics on, just lumbering around, checking everybody's work. But normally she speaks in long, flowing, poetic sentences. She'll tell you about the love of the metal, the way it sings when you hit it, the way it speaks to her. But all she's managing to do at the minute is wander around, just give a gruff, good, yeah, okay. That's that. And she's just wandering by her desk, just takes a look at the star and just gives you a nod. And then starts setting off again, just making the rounds. Other students seem a bit put off by it. I mean, she's normally so kind and open that it's a bit strange, but she mutters to herself and wanders to the back of a shop and leaves you about your business. So, anything you want to do while the teacher's not looking?
I mean, I'll kind of note it. I'll like look over, kind of check out the class, see if maybe, you know, I've been out in my own little scene with my music, so maybe I missed something. Kind of peruse over everyone, see if anything may have happened. Someone cut off a finger in class this time around and I missed it completely.
Okay, if you could make a brains check for me.
I'll brain my again. 3.
Out of?
8.
You don't really notice anything odd. There's no blood, there's no missing limbs. You can figure that much out by yourself. But what you will say is the class is a lot less full than normal. It's quite obvious that there are a fair few empty chairs there. But you don't really recognise anybody that's not there. You know, it's just emptier than normal.
Kind of note that's peculiar. All right, okay. Guess everyone got the flu. And then I'll just kind of go back to turn up my music a bit and kind of go back to what I was doing.
Beautiful. So we'll leave Ren jamming to her tunes and go back around the order to Sig.
So I'm guessing that Carrie is probably in the library at the computer. And if Alex is on, she's definitely chatting with them.
Yep. Alex is on and chatting away.
Yeah, chatting away, just talking about what happened last week and what happened since the last time they talked.
Yeah.
And probably like also like having her physics books out and just like pretending to be reading them when people come over and like quickly change tabs to something else if teachers or Rose or Brennan comes over or something.
Yeah, that works. So, while you're sat there working, somebody does come over, in fact. A large, looming figure in a grey suit. It's a very nice suit, you know, grey matching tie, white shirt. Very fancy, very lovely. Would look incredibly official if you'd ever seen any officials around here before. I mean, it's a closed community. They've got government, you know, they've got their own running system. You've got the principal, you've got things like that. But nobody really dresses the part unless they choose to. So a grey-suited man is rather strange. And he walks up to you and simply asks if he can use your computer specifically. There are plenty of others in the library, but he wants yours.
Mine? Yeah. I'm kind of working here, and it's a bit of a hassle getting over to another computer. Can't you use one of them? All of them are free.
No, it's technical maintenance, Mom. Don't make me get the librarian, please. Just make it easier.
Oh. Can I make a charms check to try and convince him to let me continue?
Go nuts.
That's a 15 out of 20.
Beautiful. Fine, you don't have to move.
Please, sir.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. That's okay. Yeah, sure.
And he kind of,
Then I close the tab that I'm talking to Alex with, and
yeah, beautiful. He kind of looks at you, slightly annoyed that you're not going to move, but hey, whatever, you know, it's a quick check anyway. Takes a floppy disk out of his pocket, puts it back into the computer, waits several minutes while you see the progress bar just ticking ever so slowly, but you can't quite see what it's ticking for. Then pops the disk out, gives you a nod, and walks away without checking any of the other computers.
I quickly go back to the chat box and see if Alex is still on, or if I can still contact him.
The chat program's vanished.
Bloody hell. Shit.
Hey, language! You just hear from
Sorry.
over a shelf.
Sorry. She probably quickly sends a message to her dad to ask if he's heard anything from... Fuck, what is Alex's dad's
Z.
name? Oh, parent.
Z.
Yeah. She sends a message or text to her dad and asks if he's heard anything, and then she goes back and tries to study physics and tries to get the chat box program open again. And
So when
Yeah.
you check the computer, the program's completely gone. It's as if it's been uninstalled or removed. You study physics for a little bit longer, and you get a text from your dad just saying, "Not heard anything. I'll check. Are you coming back for tea tonight?"
probably, unless Rose wants to do something, I will talk to Secret Agent Man if he needs me today or not, and I will be home after that.
LOL. Kiss kiss.
Yeah, and she also sends a message to Secret Agent Man to be like, "I'm coming to the shift tonight?" ?
Okay. Secret agent man. Secret agent man doesn't reply. He's too busy. But
That's normal. Yeah.
That's normal behaviour for him. And on that point, we will roll on to Sam.
I'm sitting behind the library, doodling in the textbook, probably listening to like Evanescence or Red Hot Chili Peppers, not studying at all. Yeah.
So, roll me a brains check.
But 1 out of 8.
Fantastic. Just as everybody knows the beautiful vocals to bring me to life, just as they really kick in, you close your eyes, you appreciate the music, and you see jack shit. So we will just leave you jamming there by the side of the library.
I'm just vibing.
Just vibing, and move on to Brian. So, what are you doing, Chester? What are you studying?
I'm going to assume I would also be in the library.
Okie dokie.
I would have a notebook out and just quite literally writing down lyrics from, popular music. Let's say we're getting some Stone Temple Pilots in there. We're just writing down the sheet of the lyrics and then in little margins on the side, trying to kind of translate what I think the lyrics would mean.
Nice. So, what you will notice, I mean, this is a regular occurrence for you, you know, just sitting in a library where it's quiet, translating music, appreciating everything. You will notice that, again, footfall is very low. It's just, it's like some people just haven't turned out today. As you said, it's like everybody's homesick. Is there anything you particularly want to do with that realization?
We'll be doing the, you know, what I could usually just focus straight into that page for, you know, an hour on end. I am kind of tapping the pencil softly against it, but I am kind of doing that glance around that it is starting to add up that there is a severe lack of traffic here. I might do the, I'm gonna go ahead and do the casual stand up and stretch.
Yeah.
But just so I can really get a better view of everything around.
Lovely. I hope so. Give us a brains check, because I love making people do brains. It's the easiest one.
A 3
Out of
8.
Ah, okay, so not too bad. You see a door slam and a grey trousered leg just slip out the door. But that's all you've really noticed, other than the general lack of people. What I will say is
there any?
Yeah, go on.
Are there any authority figures in the library right now?
You've got the head
Anyone
librarian.
that's keeping me in place?
You've got Peggy, and she kind of looked up when you stood up, but she went straight back down to focusing on the computer and looking a little bit irritable, to be honest. Everybody knows Peggy is absolutely lovely. She looks stern, but she's an absolute sweetheart. But for once, it looks like she may actually bite your head off. There's a strange aura about her, like almost predatory.
Okay, I'm gonna say I want to figure out the best method of slipping out the hall and see what's going on. So I'm just gonna kind of rub the chin and consider my best course of actions here, but I'm not acting yet.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to roll a flight check? See if you can figure out how to fly.
Yeah, that's what we forgot to do in my game.
We flew in our bus.
4 out of 12.
Okay, so you can kind of see that the phone rings in the back office of the library, and you know, you think maybe this will be a chance to go. But she looks, curses under her breath, and then just sits more irritably, always watching the door. It's as if she's expecting a notification either on the computer or somebody to walk through.
I'm just gonna, again, just kind of bunker down and collect my my tactics here.
Beautiful. In which case, we'll do a check-in with Nit while we're here.
Okay. I think I'd have had a chance to catch up with my history homework during PE because I just sort of sit there usually. So I think I think I have been outside for just a little bit, but I am headed to the library because I want to find a book about ice skating.
That works. So you're on the pathway to the library. Roll me a quick brains check. I can't help it. I've picked it from you now, Bran. Everything's a brains
Where
check.
are my brains? 6 out of 10.
Lovely. So you clearly see a grey-suited figure wandering off, but not down any particular path you'd know. He's not going to residential. He's not going deeper into education. It looks like he's going straight into the forest.
I didn't hear earlier if you said, is it normal to see these grey-suited figures just walking around? No. The book can definitely wait. This guy seems way more interesting than the library. I'm just gonna like sort of trail behind him a little, just to see where he's headed, because this is catching my eye a little. So I'm just gonna, wander after him, trying to be discreet.
Yeah, I'm going to need a flight check.
Fly. Am I fly? Yeah. 2 out of 12.
Oh, yeah, he sees you and kind of stares you down for a minute. And then...
I stare at him.
Yeah, approach you just... What do you think you're doing, kid?
I shrug and look at him.
You've got no business in the forest.
What business you got in the forest? I didn't know there was business to be had in the forest.
I'm allowed to take shortcuts in the forest, unlike some people.
Oh, we're not allowed to go into the forest?
Kids. And then he just storms off. Do you want to follow, or are you going to try and keep...
Yeah. Yeah, I like annoying him.
Yeah. Another flight check, please.
10 out of 12.
Okay, you can see he's clearly trying to lose you at this point. He's doubling back around trees, he's just making loops, he's being ridiculous, but you're clearly keeping tail. And he's getting more and more frustrated until he passes behind a tree and you hear a brief clunking sound, like metal hitting the floor. And then he's gone.
I want to like go over there, just like see where if I could spot him anywhere or anything weird around that area, like anything that could have made that sound. Like I'm just sort of like, I thought it was just annoying some dude. I didn't expect him to actually just vanish.
Right, yeah. So, got a couple of different options here. Do you want to try and see whether you can? No, let's go for a brains. It's a classic.
Yeah. I got some decent brains. Or do I? That's a 6 out of 10 again.
Nothing looks particularly out of, say, other than the fact that you can clearly see, we're in mid-autumn at this point, so the leaves have been disturbed. You can see clearly where he walked, but then he passes into a cluster of 3 trees and the tracks stop. Gone in the middle of a cluster of 3.
Can I like pat the ground sort of around there? Because like, Nit doesn't usually get curious, but like this is very out of the ordinary, and so I feel like they'd be like, "Fuck, what the hell's going on here?"
Nothing wrong with the ground whatsoever.
No. Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't be too bothered. So I think after just like sort of glancing around a little, listening for anything, I'll just sort of head back towards the school. This wasn't quite as interesting as I had hoped, I'll think to myself. And, I'll take note of this because it's still pretty weird.
Yeah, so.
And just heading back to the library.
Yes.
I love the mental image of Witter sitting behind the library when this goes down, just sitting there.
Literally. The man has just vanished into the forest and you're just jamming.
I feel like Winter is like the scene in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man with the Stan Lee, where he's just...
Exactly what I was thinking.
Beautiful. Right, so time is passing on. Study period only lasts for so long. And the bell rings, you can hear it across all the education district. And you are done for the day. You can finally go home, do what you like. The evening is yours to do whatever the hell you want with. Carrie, your phone buzzes, and you've got a text from Secret Agent Man. It's a very short, clipped message, just saying, whatever. Full stop. No kisses.
As always. have I gotten any indication from Rose that is anything happening tonight? That she is planning something?
I mean, she's texted you because she's a bit annoyed. You know, her and Brennan's supposed to have a date night. Friday nights, always date night.
Yeah.
But Brennan's not replied to any of her texts. So she's just going to...
Weird.
Yeah, very weird. She's just going to wait a little bit longer and see if he turns up, just so she can chew him out more than anything else.
Yeah. And Carrie's definitely being like, if you need me, just send me a message and I'll come over. But then she will take a normal walk and head over to Cube
The
Breakers.
place? Yeah.
And the place.
The place to do the thing.
The place to do the thing.
So,
Yeah, and she'll slip in the back door and get into uniform. And
Harry's at the place doing the thing. Beautiful.
Cares as a place doing the thing, as normal on a Friday night.
Yeah. So, Lauren, shop class is over. You're free. What are you doing with your evening?
Well, I really wore out this tape I've got right now. I've listened to Heart over and over and over again. So I think I'm going to go head over to the Cube, see if I can catch something good. Always listening for new recommendations from Chester or whoever's around who's got a good one to see what's come in new for the week. So then I can kind of prep for my activities for the evening because I like to get in a good workout later on.
That works for me. So, yep, the walk over to Cubex has very little issue. And you walk through the door, and it's empty. Completely dead. You're the first one there after school. There's no adults knocking about there, except for one guy behind the counter. It's Pendleton. He's got long, scraggly brown hair, sharp features, looks very stern, kind of looks over, gives you the nod, and then just carries on tapping away on the computer.
Kind of like, hey, sir. And then I just kind of wander over and start just going through the tapes and kind of nodding to myself. I'm just thrilled I got here before anyone else did. I think everyone else wants these cassette tapes, but really it's just me.
You've got all the cassette tape player now. That's it. Done. But, yeah. You hear sounds of frustration coming from behind the counter. Benson's grunting. He seems annoyed at something. And you can clearly hear somebody working in the back clattering about DVDs and whatnot. But
it'd just be one of those days, I guess, for everyone. Everyone's on edge. And kind of like, I think I'm going to keep to myself today.
that works.
Carrie will also, before she will send a message to her dad and ask if there's any way that he could get her access to the library security footage.
Okay. So your dad sends 3 question
Just
marks
like,
back.
She's just wondering if she could find the person who was, looking for a scooter. I'm probably guessing that she would like send a message like, I'm just looking for someone and I last saw them leave the library and I wanted to see if I can get a better look. Find them again.
Okay. Look.
And I can roll a charm check if you want me to. She's a better writer than I am, so.
Go for it. Why not?
That's 11 out of 20.
Okay. So your dad just kind of puts another question mark and then we'll see. That's all you're getting out of him so far.
Thank you. She will send.
At this point,
And then.
Pendleton is getting more and more worked to this point. No, you can't figure out why because you're not investigating, but something is really frustrating until it just goes, hey, out the back, please.
Carrie will come out of the back. And should I explain the difference between... like her hair is now up in a ponytail and all of her makeup is gone from her face to try and look as different out of school as she does on school, and she also has a cap that is very, very low on her face, so it's trying to hide her face, basically.
And what Carrie can see is the fact that Pendleton just can't seem to type on the keyboard.
Oh,
Whatever he's typing, you can clearly see his fingers are hitting the keys, but nothing is registering on the screen. But you just fill in order forms. I need to go check something out. And he vanishes off into the
Okay.
back.
she will try to do that then, and does the keys register her?
Perfectly fine.
I'm
That's
gonna kind of
weird.
note all of that and just kind of look over at her and kind of try to catch her eye a bit and oh, all right,
She's
and just go back down.
So,
trying her hardest to not be seen.
at this point, you need to make a contested grip check. Because Carrie is clearly trying to hide, and Lauren is clearly trying to look and see what's going on. So both roll, highest number wins.
Both on grit.
3 out of 8.
5 out of 10.
Right, Lauren, you clearly recognise Carrie. No matter how she's trying to hide her face, you've seen her knocking about school. You know she's a student there.
Okay, and just kind of, yes, ma'am, and then just look back down.
That works. And on to Sam. What's Winter doing?
She's gathered some like small rocks and pebbles in the garden and is sitting by the fishing zone, chucking small rocks into the water. If someone's fishing, she's like chucking rocks near the line, just to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Just having a good time, pissing people off.
My God. I can't begin to imagine the depravity. The fisherman clearly storms off, annoyed. He packs up, he's done, he goes. And as he walks past, you see a man in a grey suit, just watching you. That works. He realises it's been made, and he slowly walks off and kind of sneaks behind the stage. It doesn't sneak. Everything about him is so nonchalant, but he clearly walks behind the stage and doesn't appear out the other side.
Dick. Do I see anyone else around, or?
I mean, there's a few kids wandering through from school. You can see a couple of cyclists, a couple of joggers. No more fishermen, thanks to you, but just general foot traffic knocking about, really. No more men in grey suits, but again, less people than normal.
Probably gonna get up and start walking to the secondhand market and see if she finds anything to do,
Beautiful.
since
So-
there's no one else to chuck rocks at.
So while you're transitioning to the second-hand market, Chester, what are you doing?
I'm going to assume, as far as leaving the library, that 5 minutes before the bell, everything was already packed. I'm just, that crouch down for the leap to the door. Book bag over one arm, which has no school books in it, because why would you bring school books to school? And my guitar over the other arm. I'm going to make my way out towards the cube. I figure the moment I get far enough away from the school to feel safe, I'll light up a cigarette and, try to low-key but casual walk to the cube.
Beautiful. So, going to the cube, I need you to make me a brains check.
Ooh, 1 out of 6.
Then I need you to make me a flight check.
Uh, 12 out of 12. So
Explode, roll again.
explode. And 1, so 13.
It's still pretty damn good. You're not sure what force is telling you to, but in your head you think you should really put out that cigarette. Do you listen to the voice of
Yeah, I do the. Fair enough. I'm going to give in to my instincts, do the quick glance around, mash it under boot.
Beautiful. In which case, nothing else happens. You make it to Q Breakers, you go inside, you see mysterious girl you think you may recognize behind the counter, and you see Lauren going through the cassettes.
I do. How friendly am I with Pendleton?
I'd say fairly friendly. You chat about music. He's never exactly the warmest guy, but he's all right with you. He'll recommend good music. He'll give you good bargains. If you want to find something, he'll find it for you. But right now, he's in the back, and you can just hear muttered cursing and swearing.
Inventory day. Head over to the music and start glancing around.
So, got Lauren and Chess by the music. Any acknowledgement?
I'm gonna say I did not see her off the bat. I think my first beeline was straight towards the music, or straight towards the rock section. That the eyes were not even up enough to notice anyone else.
That hair's in the way.
That too.
Yeah, definitely.
They were good as blinders.
Okie dokie. So, at this point, the swearing in the back is really getting bad. It's getting louder and louder, and just can't quite seem to figure out what's going on. He's just getting more and more frustrated.
So
How far has Carrie gotten? Yeah. Sorry. Go. How far has Carrie gotten with the sheet that she's filling out?
Oh, you would have filled it out in seconds. Easily.
Oh,
done,
yeah.
But
Then she's... Yeah. She will quickly look around the store and just seeing Chester and Ren, and then quickly casually walk really, really fast to the back room and...
Okay. What you see, or more likely what you don't see, is Pendleton's not there. The back room is very small. You can see all other walls and a door. You can hear Pendleton's voice directly in front of you. You cannot see a sign of Pendleton.
Pendleton, are you there? Or have you recorded your voice again and just left the recorder out?
What you mean? Of course. Yeah. It's a recording. Haha, very funny. And then you feel a sensation move through you as Pendleton's voice gets a bit further away. Then the back door unlocks and Pendleton walks in. What? Do you think I can't make a voice recording?
I know you can't make. I know that you can't make a voice recording. You have done it before, and it was a really, really awful prank. Why were you outside? And what's the problem? You're making a lot of noise. I think you're scaring away our customers.
Yeah, there was a squirrel, okay? In the trash. It was freaking me out. Sorry. And he just storms past and goes back to the counter again, clearly avoiding the computer, instead trying to make notes on paper.
Is this normal behavior for him? Because I know how he is, but
he's a lot more snippy than normal. Obviously, he's always sarcastic. The three of you will know. He's always sarcastic. He's always a bit uppity. But he's never downright mean. And at this point, he's just short and angry. And I mean, Chester, you had that CD on order with him. And it should have been in by now. But he's not made any mention of it.
I'm gonna say once the cursing in the back had really peaked up, I'm gonna say it would have lifted my head and done the scan of the room and seen Ren there, and make that awkward friends mom and dad are fighting eyes to the but not saying anything, just but seeing him come out and not acknowledge me, I'm still kind of hiding enough behind the rack of music to not give us a little bit of a wall of safety.
Okay, that works. Nick.
Kind of meander over towards Chester after we make eye contact and just kind of make that as my cue to like, that was very odd, and just kind of see, you know, he's older, he may know something that I don't, and just kind of walk over to Chester and behind the rack, low nod of, hey.
The continual glance towards where the noise in the back room was. Hey.
Yeah, Carrie stayed in the back room for this. She
Yeah.
figures out that Pendleton's got and she just goes in the back room and either starts cleaning or going through the DVDs or just starts or picks up a physics books again, depending on what's needed.
Yeah, it's there's busy work to be done, so you've got plenty to do in the back.
Yeah.
So, all right, and then we'll move on to Knit. What are you doing?
Yeah. Nit would know if there was something happening at the ice rink, like if there's anything, like, I think that's where they would be headed, because that is usually where they go. So they'll take like a walk like through the garden and such, and go that way down to the ice rink in the recreation area. And you know, they'll just be going on their way. They have their own ice skates. They're pretty shitty, but they like keep them sort of stashed like at the rink, because no one really is like in a corner where no one really tends to look, and they'll just like grab those and head on in and see who's there.
So, who you're looking for isn't there. There's a bunch of disgruntled-looking students kind of ambling about, practice skating, but there's clearly no instructor looking out for them. Just a bunch of students.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just there for any one specific person, so
Sure.
yeah. I'll just, you know, I'll put on my skates and I'll just go sort of like drifting around the ice, see if there's anyone who's like really bad at it, who's clumsy and falling on the ice. That's usually, comes close to making it smile. And yeah, they're just like sort of taking it easy, trying not to really think about anything in particular.
Yeah. Can you make a flight roll for me, please?
Flight.
Light.
12 out of 12.
Very nice. So 12 out of 12, you say?
I think I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, roll again then.
Roll again.
Yeah, when you hit a max number, the dice explodes and you get to roll again.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. A 4 the second time.
Beautiful. Okie dokie. So, yep, you see somebody fall on their arse directly in front of you, and you've managed to navigate around it. All is funny, all is hilarious. And yep, skating carries on that instant. These guys clearly need somebody to look after them because they're not doing very well at all. And eventually one of the other junior instructors comes running in, puts on the skates, helps people up, and generally gets them back into order. But it's quite clear that Felix is missing at this point. Because it should be...
What was the last thing you said?
Felix is missing at this point. This should be his shift. Somebody's here covering him, it's not.
Oh, this should be his shift?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not like him. I mean, if I notice he's missing, like, well, I will sort of like, you know, look around the ice rink in general, just like see if he's there at all.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll hang around for a bit and then I'll sort of like, I mean, it's odd that he would miss a Friday in this case, I feel.
So make a brains check.
Right. Am I a brainy baby? Let's see what my brains are, because I forgot. It's a 10 or a 3 in this case. I got a 3 out of 10.
I think we
Right.
should always sing to our dice.
It didn't work this time, though. It's strange. Generally, you don't, other than his obvious absence, nothing is really amiss. I mean,
Yeah.
the other people are there, they're annoyed because one of the staff members is missing. Other than that, nothing's really wrong. Until you hear the door open,
Yeah.
and in wheels Angela, or Angie, as you like to call her.
I'm gonna glance over at her, try to make eye contact.
So as she glanced over here, where is he? Where is he? He should be here. He's not home. Where is he?
I'm gonna sort of like move over in Angie's general direction. Like, Angie, why you looking for someone?
Ah, Nate. Hi. Hello. I don't know what my accent is. I'm still trying to figure that out. But
Let's go for it.
yeah, have you seen Felix?
No, why are you looking for Felix?
He's just. He normally comes by the shop, and he was supposed to pick up some scarves and gloves, but he's not come.
Well, he's not here. It's usually his shift this time of the week. Wait, why is Felix picking up scarves at the nitty-gritty?
Right. I need you to make a brains check.
1 out of 10.
Beautiful.
I'm smart.
Try charm.
Charm. That's usually worse. Let's see how well that goes. And we have a D4, and that's a 3.
You know that? She kind of looks you and sighs and just. Felix's family. So he left home this morning and he should be here, but he's gone, okay? He's gone.
Do I know have I seen Felix in class in school today? Or do I have to?
You're gonna have to roll for that one. Brains.
Okay, another brain. That's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, Felix was missing. Wasn't in class all day.
I didn't see him. Haven't seen him at all today, actually.
Wait, so he wasn't in class?
No, he never came, actually, and didn't think about it.
Ah, and she kind of dismisses you and wheels off. I want you to make another brains check.
Brains. That's another 9
Beautiful.
out of 10.
What you've noticed is while she's wheeling off in that direction, the wheels on a wheelchair aren't moving. She's just gliding along the ground.
I'm going to pretend to hang back just a bit, and then I'm going to tail her, because first of all, learning that like the old lady I buy scarves from is related to one of my classmates, I guess that's not so weird, but Nit would think it's weird that they didn't know that.
Nice.
Yeah, basically Nit is just gonna tail Angie,
Okay.
trying to keep at a distance. But
Yeah. So
see
again,
where she goes.
the wheels aren't moving at this point, and she's making a lot tighter turns than you've ever seen her make in the wheelchair before. She just kind of goes. She looks thoroughly underneath the stands. She goes barging, knocking on the office door. They answer. Nobody's looking at the office, and then she just bowls past you. But what you will notice is, as she was looking underneath the stands, she was looking further in than you thought you could. The stands aren't actually solid anymore. You can go underneath them and wander about underneath stands, whereas normally there's like a partition wall there.
Wait, so like there's more space under there than there should be?
It's like normally it'd be blocked off by a wall, but for some reason the wall's been removed, so now you can get under the stands and wander about behind.
Ah.
So do you want to follow the scary
When
grandma? Or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow scary grandma with Shield.
Beautiful. Yep, so
She's like, yeah.
she barges straight through the door, leaves the ice rink, and I need a flight check from you. With an L, your D6.
See how fly I can be. Okay, 4 out of 6 for my flight. Do you say I should roll another d6?
No, that's fine. At this point, she's moving at some clip. Like, this is the fastest you've ever seen her move. And she is going. And she goes completely past nitty-gritty. She goes completely... Well, she's not going towards the direction nitty-gritty, sorry. She, in fact, heads towards the path between physical and education. The one that goes to the radio station. And we're going to loop back around, and before we hit Q breakers, we'll do a check-in with Winter. What are you doing, Winter?
I was going to the secondhand shops, basically picking out anything that's black, seeing if I find some new outfits, maybe find something I can tear up and make into something I would wear.
So you'll notice now that nitty-gritty is completely unmanned. There's not... It looks like a sign was supposed to be hung up saying we're closed, be right back, but it was just fell on the floor. And make me a brains check.
3 out of 8.
Okay, and it's quite clear that, you know, everybody's known Angela for years. There should be wheelchair marks going to and from the stand, but you can clearly see there's no wheelchair marks. Instead, there's loads of little, maybe, I want to say pound coin, because we're all British now, but like pound coin size marks in the grass instead, like somebody was using poles to mark a path leading off towards the ice rink and all there. But other than that, there's nothing strange going on. Everybody's a bit agitated, everybody's a bit wound up. A couple of the stalls are unmanned that are normally open at this time, but other than that, everything's generally normal.
Right. Should probably go into the cube breakers then,
Beautiful.
just
So-
to hang about.
So you're heading to Cube Breakers. Give me a flight check.
That's 4 out of 6.
Okay. Yep. Trip passes by without incident. When you're passing it over on the path on the way to Cube Breakers, you get a little bit of a chill down your spine. Something doesn't feel quite right. But you take another couple of steps and you're at the shop. Everybody's happy, everything's fine. You can go in as you please.
Do I see the other people there, or?
Yep, you can go in. It's a small shop, you know, everybody's fairly visible. Unless you have a direct goal, you're going to notice most people in the shop, except for Carrie, who is still in the back.
I'll probably just like browse the CDs. Just keep an eye on people that's there, and yeah.
Okay. While everything is going on, you know, you're all browsing, you're all happy, Carrie's in the back. The door chimes again. And in walks another grey-suited figure. This time it's a woman. She ignores the three of you out there. She walks directly to Pendleton. And they start having a whispered, hushed conversation. If anybody wants to try and listen to it, I'm going to need a charm check, because you're going to have to try and sneak close without being noticed.
I would definitely try and listen.
Carrie would have, but she's in the back, so she does not notice this, right? Or did she hear? She heard the bell, right?
She heard the bell, so if you wanted to be nosy because the bell rang,
No.
you could do that.
But also knowing Carrie, if she heard the bell ring, she would have run to the back anyways, so
Yeah.
she's staying there.
I got a 6 out of 12.
Lauren, Chester, either of you rolling?
You can roll, Ren.
I have no charm whatsoever, so I'm very charmless. So I just kind of figured this is adult things. As my youngin kind of looked up at Chester, like,
I figure I'm in the midst of a ramble, trying to explain to you the inner genius that is Beck.
Beautiful. Okay, so you can't make out the full
I'm
conversation.
explaining my Spanish of understanding of Odelay. So
Amazing. So, Winter, you can't make out the full conversation with that roll, but you overhear words that don't really make sense, like corporeal activity and danger, as well as the end of a word, apping. And at this point, the conversation is getting really heated. I mean, Pendleton's shouting, the woman is trying to shout. Now it's no longer a question of whether you can hear or not. It's starting to get a bit serious.
this-
Paying attention now.
Yeah, at this point I'm betting that Carrie can hear, and she will open the door slightly to like listen without trying to be seen.
Yeah.
If she can.
So Pendleton will, as you open the door and as it gets loud enough for people to hear, just hear, with it all going, what is going on? And the suit woman just replies, nothing of your business. They're not yours, are they? And Pendleton just gets even more irate, just, they're not mine, but I still care. And then she goes, well, stop. And she turns and walks out the store. And Pendleton's practically vibrating with anger at this point. You know, he's so pissed off, so mad. And he dissolves into mist. So
Do we all see this?
you all see this. You all see Pendleton shout her, and as she turns around and leaves, it's literally almost instantaneous. As the doorbell rings as she leaves, just Pendleton's gone.
Carrie will definitely run up and see if she can catch him. Like seeing your boss, who you've been working for the last year or two, turning into mist is
you probably
definitely overriding her sense of hide yourself.
You probably get there just as he manages to pass through your fingers. In an incredibly tender moment, he's just, as he's finally losing form, he just goes. He doesn't seem sad, he doesn't seem upset. It's just his face is frozen in a picture of anger as he goes.
Yes, it feels so good.
What the fuck is this?
What the bloody hell is going on here?
This
I'm doing that slow disbelief walk up to the front counter where he was.
I need you all to make grit checks for me.
Grit?
Including me?
Sorry, everybody in Cube Breakers.
Okay.
8 out of 10.
4 out of 8.
18 out of 20.
10 out of 6.
You're all fine, perfectly fine. You feel nothing. You just kind of stood there in disbelief because the shopkeeper's just vanished.
do that weird like look at everyone's faces over and over again, real quick head jerk to see if everyone's kind of recognizing what I did, and just see if what everyone's reactions is at this point.
Is this normal around here? Does he just do that?
No, he does not. And Carrie runs out of the store and see if she can catch the gray-suited lady. Also, fuck you, James. Is this why you called him Pendleton? Because if it is, that's genius, and I'm so mad I didn't catch it.
Honestly, when you suggested the name Pendleton, I wrote this. It was done. as a side
Damn it,
note,
me and
in
my
a
naming
book
skills.
series that me and Sigrid love, there's a character called Pendleton who has the ability to turn into mist. So this is a nice, neat
That's
little
literally a
nod to
superpower.
that. But,
Love them.
But yeah, no, she runs out and tries to catch the lady.
beautiful. Right. Anybody else making a run? Anybody else stood there in fear? What's going on?
I tried to like go over to the spot where he turned into mist and kind of like touch the counter, check around the doors, like see if he just kind of disbelief, but like try and see if I can find him somewhere.
You can feel a clear temperature drop, and frost has gathered on the counter where he was slamming his hands down angrily, and slightly on the computer as well. There's like a clear condensation forming on the computer screen.
I wouldn't touch that, y'all. I think that still is him.
Have any of you gotten some like strange chills lately?
Well, I mean, like, everyone's been real weird today. I'm irritated, but, you know, they're teachers. They got responsibilities, so I've just figured it's an adult thing.
I mean, adults are always weird.
While they're talking, I'm looking under the counter where he obviously couldn't be, but I'm still glancing under and maybe like periodically stomping my foot, trying to check for trap door.
Okay, make me a brawn check, please.
Braun?
Yeah.
That is a 2 out of 4.
Okie dokie. As you stomp, your foot slips on ice and you lose balance. But you managed to catch yourself. And... okie doke. Well, if you guys still stood there confused, we will jump to Carrie. Make me a flight check.
Right? That is not the correct die. That's a 10 out of 10. So roll again.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's a 15 total.
Okay, yeah, you clearly catch up with her. You're right on his tail at this point. Her tail, same thing. And again, runs straight into the forest, runs into a gap between 3 trees, and you hear the thud of metal, and you just then a swear, a curse word, and she's gone. But there's a jacket caught in one of the trees.
Can I look around to see if I can find, like, again, hidden trapdoors, or I'm
Brains
of
check.
course checking out the jacket, but that's a 7 out of 12.
Okay. So, it's weird. The jacket looks like it's fused with one of the tree branches. It's like it's always been part of the wood. Half the jacket's hanging out, but half the jacket's just fused inside the wood.
That's weird. If I can't find anything, because at this point I've lost 2 of my best friends, kind of, to this weird
Yeah, you have.
gray-suited people. So I'll, just to be cautious, I'm sending a text message to both Rose, Amy, and fuck, what's Jessica? Was that what the
Yep.
name? That was the name, was it? Yeah, Jessica.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sending this to all of them and my dad just to make sure that they're okay. Like, hey, how are you? Kind of message. And I'm running back towards the store because I know that Pendleton would have wanted the store to go on even if he didn't.
There's ruffians left alone in there.
Yeah, they are. So she's then running back to the store as quickly as she can.
In our
And-
bags.
Yeah. And also to see if she can find out anything more there. If she can't find anything more in the wood.
Okay. The texts you get back are pretty much all variations of, yeah, fine, what's going on? Fine, what's up? Your dad's a little bit more concerned since you've been sending him weird texts all day. But
Yeah.
all relatively normal. Yeah, everybody's fine.
Good.
As you make your way back to Cube Breakers, it's so weird. I mean, it's England, so it's been fairly cold to begin with. But there is now a clear bed of mist and fog just around Cube Breakers. Everywhere else seems relatively normal, but there's clear fog around the building.
That's also weird. She will head inside and see if, yeah, she can figure out something else. Or if, yeah, she'll probably run in and be like, does anyone know what the bloody hell is going on? Or who
Nope.
these people were?
The counter is fucking freezing though.
This entire place is freezing.
Should we report this to someone? I mean, I'm a very reasonable gal, but these are some very unreasonable things I've just seen.
On the subject of reporting, you all do have... It's the strange thing when you move into the area, you can't text anybody outside of the commune. Nothing. But what you can do is, you can access the same phone network that all the landlines are connected to. So you all have a quick speed dial number. If you dial 112 and ring, you will get to an emergency report line. It's basically like a residence helpline. It's for anything going wrong, any help you need, anything strange or weird, you can report it there.
We can't call the line if you want to. Oh, not if you want to. We can call the line. We probably should do that.
I
That
mean,
would be
he
wise.
fucking disappeared. I think we should.
I'm going to take this opportunity to hide anything in the slightest bit incriminated on myself deeper into my bag before they call any sort of authority figures.
Oh, that's good. As you
So
mentioned,
the cigarettes, I think I had a multi-tool on me. Just anything that could be construed as illegal or not to be in my hands, trying to hide.
Yep, that works for me.
I'm gonna
So,
shove my pocket knife into my bra.
yep, that works. Strangely enough, when you mention the words calling the line, the doors slam open and the mist rolls in as if it's surging towards the counter.
Kind of slowly step away from the counter.
Yeah. Carrie, steps away.
So it's kind of not
Backs up.
almost boiling, it's swirling and moving around the counter and things like that. It's not quite taking any shape, but it's clearly agitated at the idea that somebody's going to call the line.
I mean, no, we're not gonna call the line. That
Is
would
there
be
any,
silly.
like, cardboard cutout?
I'm trying to think
There's-
of what movies will be out now. Yeah, there's a generic
It would
action-
definitely be a
Oh,
and also a James
Those
Bond.
big advertising ones?
Yeah, there's the latest James Bond one, which I think was Daniel Craig at the time.
In
Trying to
06?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when he
06,
started.
yeah.
Ignoring real-world continuity, there's a big cardboard cutout of Daniel Craig near the new releases section, which is by the counter.
I'm gonna grab Daniel Craig and just kind of wave it like a fan at the mist.
Okie dokie, make a brawn check.
Ron check. 3 out of 6.
It moves, but it's clearly resisting. It's almost
Help
like
me!
it's like, you know, when ocean waves about to come down and you start seeing it crest. It's clearly doing that against the wind you're creating.
I'll grab a vinyl and start trying to do a fan as well.
Brawn check.
Don't damage the wares.
I think we're a bit past that point.
3 out of 4.
Okay, yeah, the mist just kind of really starts struggling, then eventually just all bundles into the back room. The door slams shut behind it and locks. Now, this is interesting because nobody thought this room had a key. So Carrie doesn't have a key to it. The door is well and truly locked.
I'm gonna pull out my phone and try and text Nit. Like, bruv, where you at? I don't know if it goes through, but...
Yeah,
Yeah, the text goes through.
you get a response. Felix is missing. Weird stuff is happening. Wait, what was it that the Winter asked? I forgot already.
Where you at, bruv?
Yeah, I'll just say that the weird stuff's happening. Felix has vanished, and there's weird stuff going on. Why?
I'm gonna text back. Pendleton turned into fucking mist.
What?
Mist. Fucking mist. I'm in the cube.
Well, I'm following Angie from Nitty Gritty to the radio station. Something's weird with her. Keep me posted. ?
Yeah.
So, you've got mysterious fog locked in the back room, a disappearing salesman, and grey-suited people. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to grab a vinyl because that worked better than Craig. I'm going to toss him to the side and then just grab a vinyl. I grab Sound of Music. It's like the closest. Bill a Singing Nun is what I need right now. And I'm gonna like shield, like as a shield, I'm gonna hold it in front of me. And I'm gonna look to my all my like superiors here, all my elders, and I mean like y'all. Did you just call the people? I don't know anymore, guys.
I haven't called them, but I can.
Can try and call the people.
Who did you just text? Was it the
Oh, I was texting Nit.
help? Did you text help?
I said that weird shit was going on, and they said that weird shit was going on somewhere else too. So they were trying to follow someone or something.
I'll also like retroactively add that I'll say I'm headed towards the radio station.
They're on the way to the radio station. Someone, I think Felix was missing? Yeah, Felix is missing.
That's the ice rink guy, right?
Yeah. And the lady from the second-hand market, she's just gone.
That-
So it's not just here.
There's this chat program on one of the computers at school, and that disappeared today after a man in a grey suit entered a floppy disk into it. So it's definitely something going on.
There was a man in a grey suit watching me by the pond. I flipped him off and he just disappeared. Walked behind a building and then just disappeared out of nowhere.
The lady that was here, she walked into the forest and just disappeared behind a tree. And there was a weird jacket that was stuck in the tree. It looked like it's been there for ages. It looked like it was a part of the tree.
That's fucking weird.
Fucking weird.
Should we go and just check if people are okay?
I've texted my friends, and all of them have answered. But should we head to the radio station, maybe?
Call for help.
Call for help, yeah.
I mean, not a bad idea.
While they're discussing these options, I'm checking out the back door that locked itself. Is there a gap between the door itself and the frame, or is it just like solid steel tight?
It's a box standard interior door, so there's a little gap. It's an old school keyhole. So if you want to do anything involving those, that's fine.
I'm going to take the vinyl because this is my teenage boy logic of solving things. I'm going to take the vinyl, set it down on the floor, and do your thing, Madonna. Just try to slide it as hard as I can into the room. Try to see if it bounces into anything or there's a reaction or anything happens.
So, brawn check, please.
Uh, 7 out of 4.
Okay, so you fling it that hard that it slides in. You clearly hear it hit a wall, and it bounces back out, frozen solid.
You do the hands away from it.
Could I go outside and check if the back door is open? Because I would guess that I would have a key to that.
The back door opens without the need for a key. As you look around, there's no fog or mist around the building anymore.
I'm gonna grab my backpack because that was left in the back room.
Yeah, that works.
I'm gonna shove like a handful of CDs into my bag. No one who works here is here at the moment, so I'm just gonna shove them in my bag.
I'm gonna grab my. I'm gonna look for the Queen cassette tape I've been eyeing because I mean now's the time, and if I'm going out, I'm going out with Queen.
I'll go ahead and look behind the back counter for the CD I had ordered and hopes find it. And
yeah, it's there, all packaged up with your name written on it. I can't believe that the second an employee's back is turned, you all turn into thieves.
quickly.
The second I left the store. I'm not even that far away. I'm on the other side of the door.
I know we're just
So,
playing kids on
can I-
bikes, but you're all adventurous. You start looting the second you're able to.
Oh yeah, what a tragedy! No. Oh, Pendleton.
Oh no, so sad.
Because
You
the back door.
Want me to have this?
He always said.
Can I open the door from? Can I open because I am now in the back room, right?
Yes.
Can I open the door into the store from the back room? The door that was locked from the inside.
No, it's almost like a broom closet. You're not quite sure what's in there, to be honest, thinking about it, because you've never seen Pendleton open it in all your time working here. You always assumed it was just storage or something like that. You just spend most of your time in the back room.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to go in there?
No. Then she would head back.
I point
Yeah.
at the frosted Madonna on the floor.
After grabbing a backpack, she would enter to the rest people. So let's hope they've gotten the stealing done before she arrives
Yeah,
again.
everybody needs to make charm checks. Let's try to nick something.
Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
Yeah, it was hidden behind James Bond, actually.
Oh. Behind Daniel Craig, I'm gonna grab the fire extinguisher and just kind of have it aimed and ready to go with my finger on the pin. Just kind of staring at the door
I
like a
got,
Ghostbuster.
for charms, I got 8 out of 12.
And here, what were we rolling for?
Charm. It's
Charm.
because the employees run
Am I-
back in and you're trying to nick shit. So
Am I rolling against them?
17 out of 20.
4 out of 4.
okay, yeah, we won't bother rolling the explode there. You all managed to look innocent. That's all you really needed to do. And yeah, you're all as a group. There's a locked door full of mist. What's the plan? You running? You calling? What's going on?
Call for help, right?
I'm just gonna text Net and say, should we go to the radio tower?
We can't.
Wait, did you text or are you contemplating texting?
Contemplating.
Oh,
Okay.
contemplating. We can. I can ask Rose if she asks her if she's working today and I can get us in. But
Yeah.
I need to change first.
Why do you need to change?
Carrie does not answer and instead texts Rose to ask if Brennan ever answered her and if she's at the radio station by any chance.
Instant reply. No, Brennan never text. I'm going to kill him. Yes, I've got work in about 10 minutes. XO.
Can I pop by XOXO?
Of course you can. XOXOXO.
On my way. XOXO. And then she will run back into the back room and put on her normal clothes and put on makeup quickly and then go back.
I'm gonna shove another handful of CDs into my backpack.
I'm more selective about my choices.
We're just gonna start a black market of music.
I mean, if I grab a
Connors
couple
never
of
comes
handfuls,
back.
if I grab a couple of handfuls, surely there's something worth listening to.
It's the early 2000s.
I'm gonna put the Sound of Music record in my backpack, just kind of ready to grab, sticking out in case I need to start waving, and then hold my fire extinguisher, kind of peruse around to see if there's anything else that would be a good weapon against mist. I don't know, is there a fan, portable?
The little battery.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
Yeah, I was gonna say, before Carrie left, she was gonna be like, "Can any of you call for help in the meantime?" And then she would leave. That was I just forgot.
I'm gonna text Nit and go like, gonna go to the radio station and see you there.
I'm also less than willing to call for help now that I'm a
Criminal.
Are you a criminal?
Just sort of that nod of, yeah, we'll get on it. We'll get on it.
You're a crimer now.
I'm just gonna expect everyone else to do it and just kind of continue with my search.
All right, we'll leave the friggin' bloody thieves and we'll follow the text to Nit. You managed to follow Angela all the way to the radio station. She's just gone scuttling straight in. And are you following her in? Are you waiting for the others? What are you doing?
I'm trying to avoid being seen, is the thing, because until just now, she was one of the few people who I actually trusted. And now there's weird shit going on, and so I'm just going to try to be sort of sneaky, trailing behind, and once she enters, I'll wait just a minute or something, and then I'll just go in. Because I don't know, I just need to see what she's doing, because this thing with the wheelchair, that the wheels aren't spinning and things are off.
Yeah, speaking
Combined
of, make a brain
with
check.
Yeah. Oh yay! I love brains. What's my brain? There's my brain. That's a 6
Beautiful. Right.
out of 10.
So, what you see is clear as I say, wheels aren't spinning. There's no wheelchair marks. But what you see again is little pound coin shaped holes leading directly behind Angie as she's going. So she's not leaving real tracks, but she is leaving these strange circular marks.
Can I look at those a bit more closely? because like when she enters, I'll just like, check those out while I make some time space. Yes.
The closer you look at them, it's like somebody's put a rod in the ground. It's like somebody's walking on stilts, perhaps, but more at a frequency of, say, too many just to be 2 legs.
Okay. This is weird. And when I get the text from Winter, I'll just say, yeah, come here. I don't know what's happening. And then I'll poke my head in and see what's happening inside, trying to be quiet.
Okay, make a flight check for me.
Right. Boring. 8 out of 12.
Lovely. You weren't quick enough. She's long gone. With her wheels not spinning, you can't even hear where she's gone. She's just vanished into the building, nowhere to be seen. There's a receptionist looking perplexed, but other than that, the entrance hall's empty.
Is the radio station like big, or is it like as I enter, what do I see?
So, you've walked into the
there we go.
reception area, so you've got a desk in front of you. It's an average-sized room. None of these are to scale, but you could swing a cat around in it. And to the left, as you walked in, there's a doorway that you've never been to the radio station. You don't know what's past there. But yeah, there's a desk with a little liftable flap with an office behind it and a doorway to your left.
A doorway to my left. Okay. I mean, I don't know where any of these doors lead. And I can't hear anything. What would I do? Like, I'm just... The door that seems to be, like, leading most... Which door would be more obvious, I guess, if you're looking for someone? Because I'm guessing that's what Angie is doing, even if she is all weird and stuff.
Well, there's
So
literally only one
I
other
tried
door.
to-
She's come in and there's just the door to your left. Either she's vanished into thin air like Pendleton, or she's gone through the door.
Yeah, okay, I'll go through that door.
The receptionist goes, "Hey, you!"
Oh
You're
wait,
not allowed through
there's
that.
someone at reception.
Yeah.
Did you see an old lady come through?
If a lady with a wheelchair came through, but she had permission. You don't.
Why does she have permission?
That is none of your business, young lady. Sorry, that is none of your business. Nick.
Yeah, no. It's just a none of your business thing. Well, apparently there's lots of things that aren't my business today, and I'll just like go through the door anyway.
Hey, Kay! At this point, she starts getting her phone and she's dialing, but you've gone through the door, so you don't know any further.
Yeah. Wait, do I notice her picking up the phone?
You see her pick up the phone and start dialing numbers.
Felix Onnem is missing. Maybe tell them that. That's a bit more important than me right now. And then I'll just go.
Okey-doke. Right. You've disappeared through the door. Has the thief crew actually arrived yet?
I'm gonna say, on the way, I do the light clap on Carrie's shoulder. Guess what you're an accessory to as we're walking.
What? What am I?
It doesn't respond further than that. Just ended it on that.
Yours. Right. As you're all approaching, I need flight checks with an L, since I can't pronounce properly.
8 out of 12.
3 out of 20.
6 out of 6.
Oh, damn. Right.
Do I-
So,
Do I have to roll again?
Yeah.
1. So 7 out of 6.
1 out of 10.
Yeah. So, Ren and Carrie, you're slowly falling behind those two after Chester's taunted you a little bit. Him and Win start to make real headway towards it. But since you two are dropping back, you can't help but notice movement around you. You're on the path to the radio station now, and in the woods to either side of you, somebody's clearly moving around there.
I'm gonna kind of nudge Carrie and like look around, like the awkward thing without saying anything, and kind of man my fire extinguisher.
Carrie will also like look around and just. She doesn't have any weapons, so I'm guessing she's like put out a pen or something, just in case, since that's all she has. Also, like on the way, I'm assuming that she's like taken out a notebook and just written down everything that's happened. Just
at this point, have you noticed, because you've been making notes, it is starting to get very dark, and the moon is overhead. It's a bright, shining full moon, obviously, but it's definitely getting darker. The day is passing on. And Lauren, I want you to make me a brains check, please.
Eat your brains and gain your knowledge. 5 out of 8.
Okay, you swear you catch what looks like a coach's uniform on the figure that's moving through the forest.
Coach? Kind of see from the distance. I can kind of just see the uniform, or do I see a figure in the uniform?
You see a figure in the uniform. You're catching, like, because Coach, you don't have a school team, but in his infinite wisdom, Coach has a colour scheme. He's got an outfit. He absolutely loves it. He's never out of it. It's like a varsity jacket with the imaginary school colours on it. And you would sworn it's at least a similar colour scheme to that.
I'm very hesitant. I kind of like, Coach. I kind of mouth it quietly. Like at the same time, I'm afraid to say too much. But it's gonna be just a Coach. Just kind of say it out loud to see if there's any reaction.
The figure doesn't stop exactly. It's still moving at a steady pace near you.
It's moving towards us?
It's moving parallel to you. So as you're moving on the path, they're following the same path but in beside the trees. And you get a sensation of being watched a lot stronger than it was before.
But there's no greeting from him.
But yeah, it makes no more moves to approach you. It keeps pace with you. As you're slowing, it slows. As you move faster, it moves faster.
Oh, that's uneasy. I'm gonna let Carrie do the tap thing. Just like, hey, see if she looks over at what I'm seeing.
Carrie will definitely look over and see if she can see the same.
I mean, strangely enough, you also recognise the colours, because Coach made an identical jacket for Brendan as well. So you recognise his colours from there too.
Of course it did. Do I notice if it's the person or figure looks younger, older, if I can distinguish them?
You can see it looks humanoid and large. That's about it.
That describes both of them, so...
Yes, it does.
Is there any pebbles nearby I could pick up and just kind of toss in that direction?
Yep, make a fight check.
A fight check?
Yes.
Okay. Hang, fight, flight. 11 out of 12.
Okie dokie. Are you aiming to hit it or near it?
Just near it, like towards the feet, just like down to grab attention. I don't want to get hit. I don't want to hit Coach. I know I would have some repercussions for that.
Yeah, the stone hits just by the shape's feet, and you hear and it dashes back off into the forest, away from you.
That was either a dog or that was Coach. I'm not too sure which one.
I know werewolves don't exist, but it is a full moon. Oh, at this point, I'm not sure if they
Coach Veratu.
don't exist. It's been... Wait, I'm hoping that this radio station is gonna answer questions.
Yeah, at this point, Winter and Chester will just be about hitting the radio station. I'd say you're 10, 20 paces behind them. Enough that they didn't notice any of that. But close enough that...
Seeing that worked, I'm going to grab a couple pebbles and stuff them in my pocket. Just in case Coach comes back.
So other than that, there's no real activity as you're on the way to the radio station. But as you get there, you can clearly see some grey-suited figures following down the path behind you.
We should get inside, I think. Unless...
Oh, let's go.
So you head on in, and again, the receptionist is there. Go, oh, more people.
Did you see a bundle of scalps come in?
Yes. Wait, are you with them?
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're here to see Rose. She said I was coming. I texted her and asked if I can come, and she said yes.
God's sake, we're not a play scheme. Okay, go on through. But she just kind of gestures to the door.
Thank you. We'll walk.
Walk past with my fire extinguisher. Yes, good day, ma'am, ma'am. And then just kind of walk on in.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, so, yes, you're all in a long corridor. You can see on the right-hand side as you're looking in, there are two doors, and well, three doors actually, and at the very end of the corridor are the stairs to the roof. Carrie, you'll know from being here a couple of times with Rose that the farthest door on the right, it goes into the recording and broadcasting studio.
Where's Net, Winter? Do you know where they are?
Here, somewhere. I don't know.
Where am I?
You've just come through the door, so it's up to you whereabouts you are. Do you want to have hidden in a room or stayed in the corridor?
I mean, I would be looking for Angie, so I'd just be like, opening door, poking my head through, like doing that all the way down unless I see something interesting.
Make a brain
So,
check.
I mean, wait, what?
Brains.
Brains. That's a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, you see nothing interesting. I'm impressed you're seeing anything at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention, but I can't really focus. I guess, like, I would be at the end of the hall by now, like, looking into the recording studio, maybe, if I've been, like, opening, closing. So, I mean, they might see the door close, and then I'll just be there right at the end of the hall. I'd be like, oh, there's a lot of you.
Yeah. Is anyone here at all?
And receptionist and Angie, the lady from Nitty Gritty, the wheels on her wheelchair aren't moving, but she's still going forward, and there's these little tracks, sort of. And like I said, Felix is gone, hasn't been to school all day, missed skating practice, and there was this man earlier who went into the woods and vanished. It was like a clunk of metal, gone.
In a grey suit?
You've seen him?
Some dude in a grey suit was staring at me by the pond, and the lady in a grey suit came into the cube, and then Pendleton turned into mist. And
Right.
she vanished in the woods, and her jacket was like stuck to a tree or something.
Oh.
Carrie, do you
So-
know where Rose is? Is she here?
She's usually in the recording and broadcasting room. Am I right with that, James?
You would be right now. She'd be helping with the broadcast. Just no.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's in the recording and broadcasting room and helping with the broadcast.
I don't
And
see anything.
That's what you get with the one.
If you guys stay here, she doesn't know that you're with me, and I'm just gonna go and just say hi.
Sure.
Go
And
ahead.
Carrie will slowly open the recording broadcasting door to not disturb the broadcast that is currently probably being played.
Yep.
And see if she can spot Rose.
And so as you enter, you can clearly see a tall figure with long blonde hair. I think. Where are my notes? They've gone. You see Rose working a
Yeah.
computer in the corner, but long. You see a tall figure with long, messy blonde hair, green eyes, soft features.
Blue eyes. It says blue.
Oh no, this isn't Rose. This is somebody else.
Oh. Okay.
But it's fair enough as you mention that. Yeah, the eyes are actually blue, but not green at all. But no, they're hazel actually. Or are they brown? You can't decide what colour their eyes are, but either way, they're pacing back and forth at the end of the broadcast. You're looking incredibly frustrated. And Rose kind of waves at you from the corner, looking agitated herself.
Carrie will probably slowly walk towards and be like, "Hey, are you okay? I'm gonna help you kill Brennan when he's back, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not seen him in ages. I mean, I know he normally disappears when there's a full room, but he normally lets me know. He still texts. It's so weird.
when was the last time you saw him?"
Yesterday,
Yeah, of
I-
course.
he was round. He seemed. She just kind of puts her head in her hands, really frustrated.
I'm so sorry to ask this. Have you seen the old lady from the knitting shop? Not knitting shop. One of the secondhand stores. The one in the wheelchair?
Why would I have seen somebody in a wheelchair carrying? Okay.
I'm okay. Net, the weird one who always walks around. They were just rambling on about someone in a wheelchair walking in here while I walked past then, and I
How
don't
are you
know.
walking if you're in a wheelchair?
I'm rolling in.
It,
To be honest, I wasn't quite 100% paying attention to what they were saying, but it just caught my ears.
no, I've not heard anybody wheel in here. I mean, it's tiled floor out there. I would hear if they were wheeling.
That's true, yeah.
And it's not like they have anywhere else to go. I mean, it's steps or the storage room, right?
Yeah. Definitely. You text me if you hear anything from Brennan, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
Good luck with the recording and
Yeah, it's fine. It's not
Yeah.
going on air tonight. He doesn't.
no.
I mean, he's clearly upset. He gestures to the pacing
Yeah.
figure.
All adults look upset today. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Do you know?
It's really weird. I mean, most of the teachers were really short with me today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I care, but it's odd.
Peggy was also weird at the library today, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, have you seen Penny today at all?
I haven't. Usually it's at the library at study time, but I didn't see her today. Weird.
Weird.
But you've seen both Amy and Jessica today, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten text from them.
They were there at lunch. As far as I'm aware, I don't know what Amy's doing tonight, but Jessica's out running.
Yeah, of course she is. Always.
Always.
No.
Yeah.
Good luck with the broadcast, and thank you for
Yeah, no worries.
letting me in.
And then she kind of turns back and starts fiddling with knobs and dials or whatever.
What is the current broadcast?
It's currently, it should be a talk show spot where he goes over, it prepares everything for the events this weekend. But the figure, who you will all know of, John Doe on the radio. Oh my God, I've just come over that. I'm so happy with that. John Doe on the radio. That's the name of the show. I'm done. John Doe is clearly not happy and ready to talk, so Rose is just playing some tunes to cover it, pretending like nothing's wrong. So, are you heading back out to the corridor?
Yeah, she'll head back to the corridor and just tell everyone that at least Rose hasn't hurt anyone in the wheelchair and that she hasn't seen anything. So
She didn't make any sound. The wheels weren't actually spinning. There's something wrong there, is the thing.
yeah. Also, Brennan has been gone the entire day, which is he is usually gone at this time, but he at least texts, and he hasn't texted Rose back all day, and that's
unusual for him?
That's very unusual. They usually text almost 24/7, so.
We checked the other rooms. I mean, there's more doors there. Maybe there's more. Maybe the chair lady is in there.
Did y'all tell her that Pendleton became a slushy? Like he just poof, disappeared?
I heard it turned into mist.
I'm not the only one concerned.
He just mystified and then we're gone, and the count in the store
Before
was
our eyes, he just poof.
So
Yeah, I definitely told Rose that.
It's really strange. And then the counter was like frosted and it was ice cold, and then like fog came in and like swirled around and like it was really fucking strange. I don't know what's going on.
I definitely told Rose all of that, and she has not seen anything like it or has no idea what's going on.
you think people are all turning into fog? Is that what they're misting?
I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
Maybe. If you said that she wasn't touching the ground, is it possible if she could have gotten to the roof?
It was moving like normal, except the wheels weren't spinning. She was moving as if she was just wheeling around, but there was no sound and the wheels weren't actually moving.
We can check the other rooms and then
storage
check the
area.
roof.
And then the roof.
Sure.
Sure. Works for me. Should we split up or?
I've seen enough horror movies to think that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, we go together or not at all.
So there's the first door, which is clearly labelled up as a toilet, or the second door, which doesn't have a label, but as Kara explained, is a storage area.
Toilet first or storage first?
I mean,
Does a
it feels
wheelchair
like
fit in the toilet? Could you
that
be
wheelchair's
just...
been going lots of weird places today.
I mean, if we're handicapped accessible.
Yep, it's one of those lovely handicap accessible gender neutral toilets, just as all the signs on it.
Nice. I mean, I feel like toilets will be quicker to check. Sounds like there'll be more stuff in storage.
Let's open the toilet room. Door. Toilet door.
Okay, Doki, I want you to make a brawn check for me.
Brawn.
Yes.
5 out of 6.
It clearly rocks on. You've put enough of a dent in it that it moves, but then you hear just a chink of metal and just hear, "Hey! Hey! I'm in here!"
So sorry, sir, so sorry. And then she will try the storage door.
Okay. The storage door opens with no issue. And you go inside, and it's quite clearly it's a room full of technology. I mean, there's computer towers, there's bits and bobs, or microphones, speakers, the general amenities, toilet paper, stuff you might need for an office. That's what you see at first glance, at least.
I will look around for Angie or anyone really. Just
I'll look around too for like people or mist or frost or whatever.
I will also look around for Frost.
Okay, brain checks from everybody, please.
Ah, shit.
check my brain. 9 out of 10.
Oof.
6 out of 12.
4 out of 8.
Right. So, Knit out of those three is the only one that really spotted anything. There are some clear scuff marks leading up to one of the walls. And on there, rather than technology and things like that, there are 2 haphazardly strewn wheelchair wheels and what looks like a folding frame that they could fit on.
Do I recognize, like, does it look like this could be Angie's wheelchair?
Potentially, it's a wheelchair. There was nothing really identifying about Angie's wheelchair, so it's that.
Okay, yeah, nothing special.
Yeah, it's a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, from what the receptionist told me, there aren't usually any wheelchair users up at this station. So I'm just gonna like go kneel down, like sort of by it, like. Is this supposed to be here, you think? Is this normally here? Or could this be Angie's?
Upon closer inspection, you see it's covered in a purplish liquid around the wheels.
I touched the liquid just a little. I have my like knitted gloves on.
Please
Or
make a grit check.
mittens. A grit? Oh yeah, that's my D20, baby. Okay, that's 13.
Okay. There's a kind of faint hissing sound, and you can clearly see the material of the glove being eaten away slightly.
I will take off my mitten and just like hold it sort of.
It stops pretty much straight away, but there was a clear moment of, you know, it when you go,
Okay.
It was one of those kind of moments.
Carrie, you're like smart or whatever, right? Carrie, you're like smart or whatever.
I
Is
take
that-
all the. I take physics and chem and bio, if that's what you mean, but not.
I take that as a yes. What the fuck is that?
I have no fucking clue. Why the fuck are you bloody asking me?
I don't know. It just... the fuck is going on?
I have no bloody clue.
Right, so she melted into like acid or something. Is that what's...
We don't know that. Could be something else.
I will make a note here that there's not enough acid there that would look like it would constitute a person. It's just, it's like coating the spokes of the wheels.
I mean, but Pendleton turned into mist, so who the fuck knows?
He didn't.
Nope.
He didn't turn to this, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No.
Should we check the roof?
Yeah.
At this point, as you start to leave the storage room, you can hear voices in the main reception, talking gruffly about kids, maybe of a meddling kind, that are here that don't belong.
You think they're talking about us?
I would assume
maybe. Should we hurry to the roof?
Is there a lock on the door?
No lock on that door, and the footsteps are getting closer.
I'm gonna like see if we can push something. Like I know there's a lot of like musical equipment or like stage equipment, so it's kind of heavy. Like just huff it, like start pushing it behind the door.
Yeah, I mean, are you wanting to barricade the door into the corridor by taking stuff out of the storage room and barricade it?
Are we in the storage room or are we in the?
You're in the
We're in the
storage
storage
room
room,
right
but
now.
we're going to the corridor to get to the roof.
Okay, never mind then.
I mean, you can quite happily try and barricade the door to the corridor if you like. From reception to the
Let's
corridor.
I'll just.
Let's just run to the roof. They know
Let's
we're
just run.
here, so let's just run.
Yeah.
Man my fire extinguisher and just keep going.
Is there a mic stand?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of those, give it a little hefty tap in the hand, and make my way to the corridor.
As you're making your way up the steps, you can clearly see more and more lines of this purple liquid, as well as a couple of strands of what look like webbing or something, lining the steps all the way as you go up. You don't really have that much time to look though, because as you're going, the door slams open and 3 people in grey suits come storming into the corridor. Make flight rolls, please, with an A.
Okay. Come
With
on.
an
Go.
L.
Ooh,
2 out of
19
6.
out of 20.
Oh,
I rolled a 10 on my 10, so I rolled again and I rolled a 6, so 16.
I rolled a 6 on my 6 and a
I'll
2.
put mine in chat.
7.
2 out of 6 is not gonna cut it, I don't think.
right. So, the 4 of you, everybody but Nick, shoots up the stairs. They don't see any of you. Nick manages to get the leg caught in a strand of webbing, and they break free fairly easily. But it's just enough that the grey figures shout, "Hey, you!" and start charging after them.
Try to help pulling it up.
Yeah, Carasol's gonna help.
Yeah, right. I don't have a map for the roof, so we're going theatre of mind on this. You go up, and there's a doorway at the top of the stairs. You burst through, and you're on a rooftop. It's plain. You can see clearly. Well, you can see clearly into the forest, shall we say? But you're just above tree level, so you can see all of the forest around you. And there is a large radio tower on one corner. And up at the top of a radio tower, you can see a figure moving in the darkness, kind of silhouetted against the moon. You can hear them running up the stairs behind you as well now. They're very close.
Yeah, can we close the door and shut it with something?
You can close it. There's no lock on it though, so you're gonna have to jam it.
I
shut
tried
with
to like.
something.
Is
Take
it
my
like
backpack.
the wide handle where we could slide something through and
Yeah,
bar
you
it?
certainly could.
Let's take that mic stand and try to bar that door.
Yep, that works.
Nice.
Make me a brawn check, please,
Might have to be.
because I hate you. That's why.
Ooh, explodey. A 9 out of 4.
Beautiful. So you managed to get it in. The door shudders. The mic stand bends. The door shudders again. The mic stand bends even further. Then they stop. You hear grumbling and footsteps going back down the stairs. You're alone on the roof now, except for the figure in the tower.
I'd like walk around and try and get a better look at the figure.
Yeah.
To like
Me
see
too.
who it is or what it is.
As you get close, you hear a hissing, chittering noise. Like, it's very, very insect-like. It's like mandibles clicking together.
Like a stick insect?
Like a
Stick bug?
kind of noise.
No, not a stick bug. What does like the figure on the radio tower look like? Does it look like a purse?
It's got a humanoid top half, but it's connected to a large black mass, but you can't quite figure out what it is because it's like buried between the the crisscross structure of a radio tower. It's inside there somewhere.
What's that?
A huge insect or something? I don't know.
It looks like a person up top.
Maybe we should try and call for help at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't you call for help while I was changing?
We got a bit preoccupied.
I thought, like
Because
Tessa and
I figured you were doing it because,
I
like,
thought Winter,
the battery and the
Carrie will then take out a phone and dial the contact number that they've all gotten.
As you get the three numbers in, there's a loud hiss, and then if you listen hard enough, it sounds like no, and a strand of web shoots out and sticks the phone to your hand.
This me from calling, it just sticks it to the hand.
Yeah,
Carrie's gonna shout.
Just wait, and you hear clattering of something hard and hollow on metal, and this creature, slowly climbs down the tower, and it's Angie. She has the top half of a terrifying old lady, but where the waist should be normally is covered by a blanket, but the blanket's in tatters, it's a steaming mess, and instead she's got the lower abdomen and bottom of a spider, but rather than 8 legs, she's got 6 legs. This is somewhere between a car and a human-sized spider, like a smart car-sized spider person at this point. Nit.
That was very common.
Yeah. Nit, is that you? As she walks closer to inspect you, she doesn't just have one eye anymore, it's split off into 4 eyes on each side.
I just nod. I'm pretty shaken. It's like, Andrew, why do you have so many eyes and legs?
All the better to see you with, dear.
Okay. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Sorry, I know it's a bit distracting at first.
What is going on?
Just promise me you won't call. She turns and bares her teeth, but they're not human teeth. It's 2 mandibles kind of stuffed inside her mouth, and kind of hisses at Carriage. You won't call, will you?
If you don't attack us, I won't call. And she will put her head that her phone is stuck on in her pocket to be like hiding the.
Yeah, that works. Like, okay.
I'm gonna poke my head around all the taller people and just with extinguisher ready and just kind of go, why, ma'am, and then just kind of back away.
Yeah, what's going on here?
They have Felix. They have my grandchild.
Who?
The agency. We don't have a name for them. Whoever runs this place.
The grey
Why?
people.
Yes, the ones in grey suits.
Why would they have Felix? Why are people disappearing and turning into mist? Why are you like this?
I was
What's
born
going-
this way, thank you very much.
Well, why haven't we known about this until now then? Why do they want Felix? Is he also many
Yes, but
legged?
he doesn't have his legs yet. Just don't worry about that for now. The fact is, I assume it's the grey-suited ones. We don't... It's the only ones that could do it. They're the only ones that know.
Know what?
Know what we are. When we first joined this town, we got an invite, the same as the rest of you. But it was, instead of being killed, they hunt us out there in the real world. We were given a chance of peace here. We were told if we stay here, hide our true form, we'd be safe for the rest of our lives. A lot of us chose this. Nit's mother and father, they not Nit's, Felix's mother and father didn't make it. But I grabbed Felix when he was merely an egg, and we accepted the invite to come here.
But why are people turning into mist?
Or are people turning to mist, or is it just Pendleton?
I don't know.
What?
He's not alive. He didn't see us, right?
Did you say Pendleton?
Pendleton, yeah.
That's
He
that
turned into
fucking
mist.
idiot showing you his true form.
I don't fucking know.
It really wasn't a form. It was just kind of a lack of. Is everyone like this? Like,
No,
is this like a thing?
I suppose it would be, and she lifts up two legs to do that with the ends of them. It could be a thing, but she has arms at this point. I don't know why she's using her legs, but it's like, yes, it could be a thing. This was originally founded as a colony for people like us, but we can't fill every role. Some jobs need humans, and some humans deserve second chances. That's why you're all here, I assume.
And none of you are not. Spider. No. No. Okay.
No. And I
So-
highly
so-
doubt my dad is.
So am I a secret superhero or not?
As far as you're aware, none of you have powers.
So if I sneeze
That's not
hard enough,
enough.
I won't turn into mist. Like, if we were, we would know? Or
Doing that
how does that
glance. I'm doing that glance over the roof, considering if I could fly.
I used to grab onto his shoulder and like, no.
Oh, for God's sake, just hold still. And she lunges towards you at some speed to Nit first and kind of scuttles around them in a circle, just inspecting them with her 8 eyes. And you would say she was smelling, but her nostrils and nose have kind of faded into the mandible at this point. So it's more like chittering near them. And just, she tries to repeat the process with each of you, and she goes, "No, you're all human. All of you."
I mean, don't say it's so bad.
I've been told I'm a mummy.
Look, we've not had undead here in, 20, 30 years. The last one didn't get enough sustenance and he fell apart.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, wait. These grey suits. They invited you all here. Why are they taking people now?
I don't know, but they're the only ones that would know. I mean, who else would kidnap Felix? He has no enemies. And at this
What-
point, you hit.
Are the gray suits? Are they bad guys or good guys or?
They're the ones that run this place. I always assumed they were good guys. And then, as she finishes the sentence, there's a loud bang, and a large hook kind of shoots up and hooks around the radio tower with a rope going down underneath it. Then she just turns and looks and hisses and backs away from it.
Are they tearing it down?
Or someone coming up.
As you hear it, I don't know how to describe it. So you hear a zipline noise, a noise that sounds vaguely like a zipline, and you see people slowly being dragged up the rope by mechanized devices. And again, it's the grey suits.
We should get away from here, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Angie, could you use your webs, maybe? Get us down? Maybe they're not all the way at the back.
She doesn't say anything, but this large silky deposit just shoots out the back of her abdomen and makes a very convenient climbing net down the back of the radio station from the roof to the floor. And she just goes, "Find them!" and scuttles forward towards the grey suits.
Yeah,
Go!
I towards it and climb down. And
Yeah.
start climbing.
Yeah.
Climbing down too.
Whoever's the last person to crest just sees her spit a large glob of purple goop onto the rope of the zipline mechanism, and it just, within half a second, vanishes in a puff of smoke and swings down. She's still surrounded by 3 or 4 grey suits as you go down them, but you can hear another couple of them tumbling to the floor.
Where should we go?
Ned, do you remember when the grey suit guy went?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see anything at my place, but with more eyes, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't too far from the school. I remember from there, I think.
If anyone else doesn't have any brilliant ideas.
I saw a grey suit disappear behind the outdoor stage.
Then you said something about a jacket. Do you think that's still there?
Good check. Yeah.
Then we'll know when we find the right place.
Yeah.
Is it bright enough outside with the moon, or can we kind of see around?
You're going to get incredibly lost in the forest. Or at least you'll start feeling lost. You can't tell the trees from each other unless you get right up close to them. You may be able to find a path. I'm not saying you won't, but it's certainly going to be more difficult than it would in daylight.
Or should we? Yeah.
Find some like flashlights or something.
Or wait until tomorrow.
I don't think we have time, do we? If they know, I mean, they've seen us. If we go back to our dorms, they'll just find us, take us in our sleep. So,
Right, so get flashlights and then head into the forest and see if we can find any clues or something.
Okie dokie. So,
Yeah.
where are you hoping to get these flashlights?
Would I know if my dad has flashlights?
I mean, you would have seen some knocking about the apartment, but only 1 or 2.
Still, or 0. I mean.
So where are you headed?
Well, there's the general store.
Cube
There's
has
the
a store,
electronics
right?
store.
Yep, there's an electronics store there.
It's late.
I mean, we could smash
Feel
the
like-
window and go in.
What?
I mean,
That's
they're
breaking
already
and
ch-
entering and stealing.
They're
Yeah.
already chasing us.
Still.
We just saw a Spider Woman. I feel like it's all gone out. It's lawless.
Stealing
Yeah.
isn't that bad.
Larceny no longer applies.
Right.
And we were considering robbing the general store
Yes.
because there are
I
no
mean-
laws anymore.
Are we?
Robbing implies there's somebody there we're taking it from.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking it from the
Burglar.
You're taking it from a hard-working local businessman and/or woman.
person.
Yeah, you're taking it from a business person. Somebody
Maybe
owns that
spider
store.
person.
I don't know who. You don't know
Plan
who.
is, go to the general store, see if it's open at all. Go into the electronics store, see if it's open at all. If it's not open, I mean, it's either like sit and wait until the morning or get some flashlights. So, I would be fine breaking and entering. It's
Yeah.
not the worst thing in the world.
Can do some money
It's
for what would take.
barely a crime.
And I mean, they're already after us.
Yeah, we need to
So-
consider. We need to consider if this is going to be home tomorrow morning.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
hope so.
I don't really have anywhere else to go, so I'd like to stay here.
I mean,
I
It's
can't lose
something-
my dad.
thanks.
And he's out of game
Okay.
laughter. Not in game laughter.
Your
Just don't-
dad works here, right?
Yeah, he did some contract work for the school.
So is he like part of all of this? Does he know this or?
I sure hope not. I wouldn't think so. No.
He's probably part of like someone who needs to be hired for things to
Yeah,
turn around.
that's why we got here, because he was needed for the school. Also, we didn't have anywhere else to go at the time.
Most people's reasons for coming here. So
Sure, we can go and check the general and the electronic stores.
I'm going
I'll
to need
just-
flight rolls from you all.
okay. What's my flight?
I can never remember my things.
I got 10 flight. Ooh, that's a 2.
Ooh, 5.
15 out of
F-
10.
Yeah.
1 out
Two-
of 6.
2 out of 12.
16 out of 20.
Okay, so a mixed result there as you're grounding the radio station to get back on the pathway to go to the retail district, which is on the other side of the town. The people that fell off the zip line are starting to get up. They're starting to get the bearings. And as you round the radio station, they are getting to their feet, and they've not noticed you yet, but they will do shortly.
Oh shit.
I have a game question.
Aye.
The adversary tokens or things, how many do we have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot
Because I have a
No, it should be after every failure we get one.
Yep, every time you roll you fail, you get one.
Ah,
I've not
I
really been playing with too many fails. I don't like failing people. Anytime you've rolled a
No.
1, you've got one.
okay.
I think I rolled at least 1 because I have a thing that's like if I have 2 I can use my unassuming
Right.
strength.
You've had 2. I'm putting down the
Two.
hammer. You've had
Yeah.
2. Everybody's just take 2
Two.
if you can't
Yeah.
remember what you've rolled. Because that's my fault.
Would
Yeah.
okay, would I know that my unassuming strength would apply to all of us if I'm, or would it just apply to me?
It will apply to you, but if you can figure out a way to make everybody unassuming in the same way you would, then can get away with it. Like you, because you've not. All these people know is there's a bunch of kids here. They don't know what you look like.
Yeah. Oh, I have an extra set of clothes in my bag. I can put up my cap from my bag and try to give that to someone and try and, if Nit would allow me, take off some layers because I'm assuming that their whole
Oh.
thing is, I'm so sorry,
No, it's
their
okay.
whole thing is very,
Okay. I mean, yeah, Nit was the one that they spotted, that they saw running up the stairs.
so at least take off the outer layer of the sweater. Just change to another
Yeah,
sweater.
I mean, they had their big winter jacket on. They will very reluctantly take that off and, you know,
Put it in
revealing.
a bag or something.
Yeah. It's pretty big, but yeah, and it's just a bunch more layers under that. And I mean, I guess they will also like trade out their little hat for a cap.
Yeah, and I'll give her my Cube Breaker's hat, the of straw hat,
Okay.
and probably try and do some more small things to all of us to like. We're still kids, but kind of change the appearance if I can.
That works. The receptionist has come outside to see what the commotion is with all the people crashing from the roof. And as you go to move past the big group, she looks at you and goes, and all the grey suits turn. And she goes, no, it wasn't them, it was somebody else. And they scatter off into the woods, leaving you free to continue up the path.
Go.
Wow.
It'll come in handy. I knew it. Yeah.
Are you making any stops, or are you attempting to get straight to retail?
Would we pass any?
If you pass the ice rink, I want to see if there's like some skates laying about and like grab a couple.
Are you wanting bladed objects, Winter?
The shop! I can stab!
Yeah, I mean, the ice rink is like, the ice rink is pretty much on the way.
Adventure
Like,
Brothers.
if we don't like, if we go straight from the radio station through the physical district, the ice rink will be right on the way. And did I see something there before when Angie was looking around? I don't remember, like some sort of space where there was.
Yeah, under the stands are uncovered when it isn't normally.
Yeah, like if Winter mentions going to the ice rink, I'll just nod and say like, yeah, there's something that I want to check out.
So you
Let's pass through there.
you make it to the ice rink without much issue, and you can open the doors, but it's pitch black inside.
Can we turn on the lights?
You can, but the switch just clicks and the lights don't come on. You can hear a faint whirring in the background, and in the corners of the room, you can see little red dots kind of moving in a pattern.
They're like security cameras?
Yeah, they have them all around schools and all over the place.
That would certainly be an assumption.
Hmm?
That would certainly be an assumption. Whether it's the correct one or not, you can't really figure out. You'd think it probably is the case, but obviously there's no lights, so all you can see is that little red glow.
Probably go somewhere else then.
I mean, I know where the ice skates are. I've been here a lot. So, I mean, if we just want the ice skates, I mean, we could probably just grab a pair quite easily, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I've never been here.
Yeah,
We're
you're
right next to the
familiar
batting
with that.
cages, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I usually hang out here.
I'm gonna, you know, like that's my safe zone. So I'm gonna go grab a bat, or I don't know the equivalent. So I'm going to go grab one of my bats and just be like, guys, I'm gonna be back real quick. I here, y'all take this. I'm gonna hand my extinguisher off, and then just run to the batting cages real quick.
Carrie will probably take the extinguisher since it came from her shop. Oh, not shop, but her place of work.
I mean, I was afraid of a
Company property.
fire.
Yeah, I'll sort of like, dart inside and grab just a random pair of skates, hand them off to Winter, and then I'll just see if I can, like, if there's any small amount of light coming from the ice rink itself. I just want to, like, peek in there.
There's some natural light has been thrown in with you opening the door. As you step through, you can hear a set of clicking noises and whirring as all of the red lights in the corner turn to what you assume point at you.
I just slip inside as quickly as soon as I hear that noise, just slip inside.
Beautiful.
Because I have a feeling. I have, wait, let's see if I actually took that strength. Yeah, I have the intuitive strength thing. So that means that if I have 2 adversity tokens, I could ask you a question. That's just sort of free.
Yeah.
If I go in here, will I find out something important?
Whereabouts are you going specifically?
If I specifically going like to the ice rink itself and checking that spot.
The ice rink itself is not important here. There are things in the building but the ice rink itself is not.
Okay. I think Nick will still go in. They will slip inside. And they don't really care if anyone follows them.
I'm gonna follow after.
Carrie too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm staying just outside, like right at the door, so I can try to keep a view for Ren as well as a view in the ice rink. So just sort of middleman on this.
While those 3 slip inside, the 2 outside people, Ren and Chester, will hear first 3 very heavy sets of footsteps running just past the physical district. You can kind of just make them out from distance, but there's a very clear metallic dun, 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 dun with the footsteps. And you see 3 teachers running past. The metalwork teacher, running with a really kind of loping pattern, favouring prosthetic heavily. And then, who else? And then the mechanics and maths teachers as well. All 3 of the women are sprinting past as really agitated, going in the same direction as you guys towards the retail district.
I assume I'm sort of back to the wall or the door, just trying to make myself as small as possible as they go. Were they heading towards the direction that Ren went, or
Kind of.
Just
Ren would be closer than you.
they seem to have their own focus that's
Yeah, they won't have seen either of you.
leading them away from us?
Yeah, they've basically moved from education to head towards the direction of retail. It just happens to pass by you. Unless there's anything you want to do with that, we'll go back to the inside crew. And whereabouts are you exploring? Are you still fumbling around by the ice rink itself, or?
Well, I'm heading to the bleachers. That spot I noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Just because I noticed there was some sort of space, and I've taken out my the Bowie knife It's just a Swiss Army knife, basically, that I stole from a bully.
Yeah.
And I just have it by me as some sort of comfort. And I'm just going towards the bleachers.
Okay.
And listening out if there's anything moving aside from us.
So you don't hear movement, but you can quite clearly see a shaft of light coming from the floor underneath the bleachers. As
I'm
if
following closely after Knit with like ice skates in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie will kind of stay by the door and make sure that, we're in the clear.
so as you
Yeah.
approach underneath the bleachers, it's clearly like an outline of, not to be too obvious, but a trap door with light spilling up from underneath the floor.
I'm gonna feel around if there's sort of a door or any way to enter.
If you got your fingers into, it's very far in underneath the bleachers, but if you wander that direction, then it looks like the easiest way to open it is just to get your fingers in the crack where the light is and heft it up.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay, there's a set of steps going down there with very harsh electronic lights lining the stairwell and very clear purple splashes leading down the steps.
I'm gonna take a few steps down, and I'm gonna just say, Felix, is that you down there?
There's no response. As you look down the stairs, you can kind of see that at the bottom it turns off into a heavy-looking door.
I continue down
Don't-
and gesture for Winter to come with.
Yeah, I follow after.
So, as you get to the door, there's more purple splashes, but nothing else particular of note. It's just a door. It's
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
heavy...
I'll knock on the door. I'm gonna give a little.
It's a very dull sound. From the sound of it, it's a very thick door, very heavy door. No movement from the other side, no response.
Yeah, if I don't hear anything, I'll just try to pull it open. I want to know that's what's down here.
Okay. As you pull, it kind of jams against something, and there's a sound of a locking mechanism clicking into place. It's like somebody just hadn't quite shut it before, but you trying to move it has unfortunately latched it in place, and a little red light comes on above the handle.
Well, I'm just realizing something very stupid. Do I have Felix's phone number? No.
Yes,
Would
yes, you do.
I just, yeah.
You all have your friends' phone numbers.
Well, Knit doesn't really have friends per se, but yeah, now that I think about it, they probably would have come in a situation. Okay, they will, they will try to call Felix's phone, and also try to listen if the signal is anywhere, if they can hear anything ring. But they don't really have much
hear any
over there.
ringing through the door or any noises like if it's set on vibrate or anything. It's just as silent through the door as ever, and the phone rings out until you get his voicemail.
Yeah. I don't even leave a voicemail. I just hang up immediately, and I just I look around this room trying to understand what it is, and I just realize that I haven't actually told anything to anyone about what this place is, and I'm just I noticed this place earlier today, and looking in here. Not quite sure what it is. I just hoped.
Get that. I'm sure we'll find him though.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We should get back to the others.
Yeah.
Kind of like gently like nudge Nid's hand and start moving towards the stairs again.
Yeah, and it follows.
Don't go back up the stairs. The lights are now in the corners of the room, are clearly following you, moving. Carrie, did you ever actually step into the ice rink at all?
I think Carrie would just say like on the edge, or like I don't know how to explain this.
In the doorway?
In the doorway, like not in the range of the cameras. She's trying to stay out of the cameras if possible.
Yep, that works. That's fine.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, nothing of note then. As you're walking through, everybody makes it back to the entranceway. Okay.
Before I walk out, I'm just gonna turn towards what I assume is cameras and just flip them off. Then walk out.
That works. So everybody's outside. Ren, what were you doing at the batting cages? Were you just sitting there comfortably, or?
Yeah, I was grabbing my bat, or just something I feel comfortable with, kind of ditching my Sound of Music, letting the nun fly across the room, grabbing the bat instead, and just hefting it in my hand like, yeah, this feels good, that feels right, and then wandering back over to the crew. I do know there is a storage closet nearby. Would there be any other equipment such as a flashlight in that area?
I mean, there certainly could be. There's only one way to find out.
I will just check the storage closet real quick to see if it's even open.
Okay. There's a padlock on the door, but it's been snapped off by somebody or something.
Oh, that doesn't seem good. I'm gonna think twice about this. Going alone, I'm not real comfortable with that, so I'm gonna head back to the crew and kind of let them know about that storage closet.
Okie dokie. As you walk away from the closet, the door creaks open, very gently.
All right, I'm going to move my pace a little faster now. I'm just gonna kind of like, let's just act like we didn't even notice it, and just move faster down to the group.
You make it there. Five of you are reunited.
All right, guys. So there is, I don't know if y'all know, but there is a closet over there. But I'm gonna warn y'all because I heard something. It did a little, door open. But everything's weird around here. But we could check it out and see what's in there. Just saying.
I can pop by. I got ice skates.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling there's something around here. I just don't know what.
At the mention of something around here, a low rumbling growl just kind of echoes over the empty field of the empty sports arena. Just a...
That sounds like something.
Oh. Over where?
It's from wrong button. Hold on. I'm going to ping in roll 20. It's just over the other side of the sport court, so it's across a wide expanse. It sounds like it's coming from the forest.
Do we see anything or?
Roll brains.
Anyone who's looking?
Yep, anyone who's looking.
That's a fail. That's a 1.
5
That's
and
it.
8.
22.
4 out of 8.
I rolled
I
it.
got a 14 out of 8.
Yeah,
Okay.
22 out of 12.
Yeah. Carrie, Ren, both of you clearly see a humanoid figure in coach's varsity jacket and torn trousers with chunks of brown fur covering the body, and a large snout and muzzle with sharp yellow teeth jutting out of it. And you can clearly see two beady black eyes making eye contact with Lauren.
I know I joked up werewolf, but I think I might have been right.
Is that the noise?
As if in
Carrie's
response,
just
he
gonna
goes,
point.
"Roar!"
Let's maybe just walk fast to the shops then.
Yeah. Can Coach see us?
He takes 2 steps forward out of the forest, makes his way over the path, and is ambling directly at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna like hold my skates up.
Switchblade. Okay, and just sort of.
Run or defend.
It's not.
Both?
Let's not rush to judgment. As I say this, I'm pulling the guitar over my head, now holding it like a battle axe. I mean, you know, spider people good. Gray suits bad. Wolfman we don't know yet.
Well, it's Coach, so fuck him.
I pull up and pocket knife again.
Carrie is aiming the fire extinguisher towards him.
As he manages to amble over the field, and he's within what one could assume to be talking distance of a man of his volume of voice, and he just goes, "Brennan, you see, boy."
No, we haven't seen Brennan, and Rose haven't heard from him all day. Do you know where he is?
No use. Useless fucking kids. And he storms off.
Hey,
back into
fuck
the
off.
Carrie's gonna shout. Felix is also missing. Grey suit maybe got him.
At the word grey suit, he kind of stops, turns, and gives a nods once, and pounds off into the forest.
Right.
Right.
Feet creatures good. Werewolf man good. Grey suits dickheads.
Well, Coach is still a dickhead in my eyes, even if he's a werewolf, so.
I mean, yeah, dickhead good, but whatever.
But Brennan is good. Yes, he's an asshole, but he's still.
I'm talking about him.
Yeah, but that's his dad.
I don't give a shit.
Let's go to retail. I just go.
That works. As you walk through recreation, I want you all to make flight checks, please.
Drop the die. 5 out of 6.
4 out of 10.
8 out of 6.
Damn.
2 out of 20.
Oh.
5 out of 12.
Right, so with you moving as a group, I'm gonna average those out a little bit. You're okay up until the point you get to the entrance of a retail district. Then you hear a very loud slamming noise, and from behind the outdoor stage, 2 grey suits emerge. They haven't spotted you yet, but you've seen them.
We.
Oh.
Is there anywhere to like hide where we're at?
You're just by the food market and on the path between the food market and the eating area. So you could either make a break for the actual shops, you could try and hide underneath the seats, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna try and hide under a table or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. What do we want to do? I mean, it's going to be flight either way, I feel like. So I think I'll just try, like, crouch down in the shadows, like behind one of the stalls or tables or what. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. So anybody trying to hide, make a flight check for me, please.
Another failure. 1 out of 6.
Oh, 1 out of 6.
1 out of 12.
8 out of 10.
11 out of 20.
Oh, Chester, Winter, Nick, you knock over tables. Your horses catch chairs. You
It would at least be like
half of the seating area just
my
by
scarf
trying to
gets
get onto
caught
one
in
table.
something.
And they
Oh, no.
clearly have turned
Snag
in
a
your
guitar
direction.
string. Boom.
I'm gonna like. Wait, who's all failing? Me, Nit, and
Chester, you've all failed.
Chester.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously that's
Okay.
consequences for the group because you're all in the same area.
But could I? I mean, we don't know like who they have spotted yet, so I want to like try and like run the opposite direction, away from retail and away from like well, not away from retail, but I want to put a distance between me and like where the people who hid well are, so that at least they don't get spotted too. If that's
Okay.
anything.
Yep.
Like
I will-
I'm gonna like I would like probably head back towards like the middle part of the whole area.
yeah.
I
Make
feel.
me a grit roll as you're running.
Oh hell yeah. Or not, that's a 2.
So your legs
Wait.
get tangled. Oh, we're waiting. Why
Oh
we're waiting?
no, but because I have a question about the adversity tokens.
Yeah.
How can they be used for anything other than our moves?
Spend
strengths and
one
stuff.
to add one onto a roll, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, just a 1. That's not gonna do anything. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So as you're sprinting, you manage to make it out the seating area, but you also drag the table that Carrie was hiding behind with you, managing to reveal them in the process. And you end up flat on your face, tripped up with a table tangled between your legs. They are coming for you.
Bloody hell. All right.
should we run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna clamber up and start running.
I'll try
Yeah.
that.
Is there another entrance that we could run towards? Like around the side of the building or something?
You can. What you kind of see on the map is what you get. The complex is a U shape around the seating area, so you're currently boxed in on 3 sides, unless you want to try going through one of the little restaurants to go out of the kitchen, because they're all open at this point. So there's no people milling about, but there are staff inside doing cleanup duties and whatnot.
I'm gonna try to run out and just bolt towards like the electric store or something.
Okie dokie, I'll take a flight check on that woman.
5 out of 6.
Okay, yeah, they see a shape bolting in the shadows, but they don't really recognise what it is. The much more important noises are still in the seating area, so you managed to make it to the electronics store.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna shake the door and see if it's open.
You shake the door, you hear a click,
Or, like,
and then an electronic beeping, as if you triggered something.
can I jam my pocket knife into is there an alarm by the door?
There's nothing by the door, but the door itself is definitely moving as you swing on it.
Alright. But there's not a loud beep.
No, it's like a beep, beep.
Okay, I'm just gonna bolt in, see if I find see if I can find flashlights.
Okie. Give me a brains check, please.
Yeah. 5 out of 8.
Okie, and follow that with a grit check, please.
Ooh. 12 out of 20.
Okay, so you notice two things. One, a giant bargain bin of flashlights near the entrance. They're selling them off. They got too many in. And just to the left as you walk in the door, a red flashing alarm panel with a little countdown timer on it that's going down from 10.
I'm gonna jam my ice skate right into it to try and break it.
Okay, brawn check, please.
Oh shit. 2 out of 4.
Okay, so you manage to jam it in, the countdown stops, then accelerates a bit, then starts going the opposite way. So from 10, it quickly goes to 20, 30, 40,
Perfect.
50, flashes twice, and then a really loud alarm starts screaming. This is like full-on burglar alarm.
Okay, then I'm gonna bot out of the electronics store and run between the electronics store and the cube and onto the back of the stores.
Okay,
Like, run back out and, yeah.
that's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, flashlightless, you leave the store and manage to escape between the alleyways. At this point, the grey suits have completely forgotten about the seating area, and they're all swarming around the inside the electronics store now.
My plan was totally to make a distraction.
Mhm.
Perfect.
It
Great
worked,
job.
didn't it?
It worked! I'm brilliant!
You said there were like some like staff around the food and drink complex and stuff.
Yeah, they'll be mopping up in the kitchens and stuff like that.
Maybe we should just like ask one of them if we could have if like the janitor has a flashlight or something.
We could.
Like I don't know.
Carrie could walk. Carrie will walk up to one of them, or someone she sees working, and it's like, "Do you know if there's a flashlight anywhere nearby that I could get?"
Charm roll, please.
Please don't fail me. That's an 8 out of 20.
Right, yeah. Kind of looks here a bit funny. Just goes, well, teenagers will be teenagers. And kind of reaches underneath the counter and gives you what is clearly a disposable flashlight. It's not going to last you very long, but it's there all the same.
No.
So, yep,
Thank
gave you
you
a
so
flashlight.
much, sir.
Have a good day now.
And then she will repeat that for every restaurant.
Right, so I'm going to need you to roll a charm check each time. We'll do it one at a time.
Yeah. 14 out of 20?
The noodle shop
Nice.
quite happily gives you one.
3 out of 20?
Yeah, the Vietnamese place is not having any of it.
Another 3.
Yeah,
So,
the fried chicken shop is not doing it. They're not paid enough for that.
how many more stores are there?
I'll give you 3 before they start getting wise and locking the doors.
10?
The smoothie place is okay. They give you one.
6.
Little alcohol counter gives you one, but it's smashed. It still works, but the glass in front of the bulb is smashed already.
And 13.
Yeah, what have I not done yet? The dumpling shop will quite happily give you one.
And then she will run back with at least what we got. We can get more, but this is...
So you got 4 half-decent flashlights out of that, right? If I
Yeah.
counted right. Yeah, sorted. So
I
you're
think
now,
so.
The alarms finally cut off in the electronics store, and the grey suits will be starting to leave now.
All right.
When I feel like they've gone far enough away, I'm gonna walk back to the food and drink place, or the place where the other people were, trying to find them.
Yeah, that goes off without a hitch.
I got a distraction, guys, so that worked well.
Yeah, I heard.
Mm.
Good job. We got some flashlights, so
Oh, nice.
I got 4, and one of them, they're not going to last us long, and one of them is definitely broken, but it's better than nothing, at least.
Yeah.
do you think you can find the place with the jacket from here?
I can at least try. Can I
Does that-
find a place with a jacket? No. Where's Chester?
Before we go traipsing off into the woods, does anyone want to kind of arm themselves? Maybe pop into the general store, pick up something?
Could see if there are more flashlights.
Won't hurt. We already tripped the alarm and they're not there anymore, are they?
By this point,
I think
as
they're
you're
gone.
talking, they kind of walk past the seating area, a bit annoyed. But if you stick close enough to the actual buildings rather than the seating area, they won't see you as they go past.
What are you thinking?
We should probably, I mean, the electronics store had an alarm that wouldn't turn off, so I'm gonna guess the general store has that too. So we should probably just head for the woods and hope for the best.
Sounds good to me. We all got some. I mean, I'm sort of like looking around at everyone, and like, yeah, it seems like we got at least something in case we need to defend ourselves. Maybe we can find like a big stick in the woods.
Yeah.
Right. So I just like sort of like motion to Carrie to lead the way.
Yep. Carrie will hand out the flashlights to, since there's 4, I would assume everyone except Ren, since Ren is the smallest and also probably the best with the batting cage, or like the bat.
Okay.
Well, I've got my bat with me, yeah.
Exactly. So, and Carrie will take the broken one and give the good ones to all of the others.
Duly noted. Right, I'm going to need you to make a brains check, please.
12, right? That's an 8 out of 12.
Okay, you can just about remember where you're going. Fumbling through the forest, you hear scratching noises, panting, the odd low growl. But you've already met the beast in the wood, right? There's nothing to worry about. And you eventually make your way, and you can see the now clearly grey jacket sticking out of the tree.
There's a jacket. Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that.
No. I'm gonna go up and like see if there's any like markings on the jacket, if it says like some name, or like if there's anything in the pockets.
In the pocket, you'll find a brains check, please.
Brains, I'm decent at. I'm not decent at brain. I got a fail.
Lovely.
1 out of 8.
You keep checking the pocket and then realise it's a fake pocket, so you can't find anything in there. You can, however, identify it
pocket.
is a grey suit jacket.
There's a fake pocket, nothing in there.
I want to like use my flashlight to sort of like look around at the ground and like everything around us, the tree. try, see if I can find anything that indicates there's been anyone here and where someone might have gone.
Okie dokie, a brains check, please.
Brains. I have no brains. I have 4 out of 10. So some brains.
Again, the same as we saw much earlier on in the game, there's a set of tracks clearly leading to the space between a couple of trees, and then nothing. They just stop.
Just nothing. I want to like stomp on the ground to see if like there's anything metallic. I want to kick stuff. I'm not angry, I swear. Totally not angry at stuff.
Wait, is the jacket like in the tree? Like
Yeah,
it's morphed into it?
It looks like it's grown out of the tree almost. It's like there's what you assume to be bark, then the jacket comes out, then it's just straight assumed to be bark around there. It's like somebody's, if you go with X-Men terms, it's like Kitty Pryde's half face something in there, then let go. So it's just half part of it.
Fused.
Yeah.
I want to try and
Start knocking on the tree.
Yeah, that's why I want to kick it. See if it makes a metal sound.
Yep, that's definitely not wood. There's a hollow clunking noise as you kick a tree, like you kicked metal. I want a brawn check from Nick, please.
We got an 8, so it explodes. And plus 3, that's a 12.
Okay, so the tree explodes. No, the panel on
So
the
strong.
tree kind of clicks in and then swings open, releasing the jacket. And looking inside the tree, you see a lot of circuitry, a lot of strange antenna, and a stepladder going down.
That's that.
Well, that's different.
I'm gonna try and like cut the jacket that isn't fused to the metal tree, like
Yeah.
cut it off.
As the door opened, it dropped to the floor. The fusion was, in fact, it being wedged
Ah.
between the door and the...
It was smushed.
Yeah.
Oh,
The squares.
the squares.
The squares. Squares your head. Yeah. So, guess
I'm gonna put the jacket on.
down. Do it.
Okay.
You're gonna look amazing.
You look fabulous.
Nah, don't agree. It's not black enough.
The only midterm is when you're black and white.
Chester gives a quick, it's one of them, and like pretends to swing the guitar.
Ha ha ha. I mean, maybe it's good for like camouflage.
So we're heading down then.
Yeah,
Oh,
Probably.
our best lead in it.
Yeah. So, you head down
I'm
the
gonna
ladder.
climb down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Head on down.
It's about it's a long climb. Like, as much as you hate Coach, you're glad he made you do climbing drills up with stupid ladders constantly because you can barely hold on as you're going down. You make it to the bottom, and you'll see a door that Nit will recognise, identical to the one inside the ice rink. Little red light above the handle, big metal door.
Alright. I'm just gonna like make sure everyone comes down and then just keep on tracking. What's like the space look like? Is it just like
It's kind of like a corridor with enough room for the 6 of you, 5 of you, just about, and then the doors at the end of it. And that's it. Concrete walls, metal floor, and again the horrible fluorescent overhead lights above you.
yeah. But we're still wait, let me look at the map real quick. Would it be plausible for this to be like the exact same door or just a different one? Like this might like
It depends how much we're bending reality at this point. I mean, come on, you've just discovered werewolves and spider people exist. It's possible that this is the
Okay.
same door, but it looks identical to
Yeah,
the one
but-
in the
Yeah.
thing.
Common sense wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
it's
common
the
sense would
same.
not say
It
that.
just
Yeah,
look-
you're in a completely
Yeah.
different place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because Ned's just gonna assume like, okay, there are secret tunnels like under all of Heaven's Gate. That's just what the assumption they're gonna make. And yeah, I'm gonna go over to the door and see if they can open it.
Again,
It's gonna.
it's clearly locked. You can hear it rattling as you try the handle. But as you're closer to it, you can see there's a strange kind of groove next to the handle. Something that you could maybe slide a card down or something like that.
Mm.
I guess she had the card under then, if she got through. I'm gonna see if like the fake pockets has like, if it's like sewn shut or something. So there's
I
like a
need
hidden.
another brain check, please.
Oh. 7 out of 8.
Okay, yeah. Now you're not using one brain, you can clearly see you've looked at the only fake pocket. There are 2 other pockets there, and one has a key card in it.
Found a key card. I'm gonna try and swipe it through the thing.
Yep, there's a key, and the light goes green, and if you try the door, you can open it.
Open the door.
Okay. What you're doing now as you open the door is it opens up to a very long corridor. Same kind of thing, concrete walls, metal floor, but you can definitely hear wailing and crying and general noises of despair from further down the corridor.
Is it
I'm
one
just-
long hall, or is there like different? Does it tear off in different directions?
From what you can see, it's one long hall, but as you look further down, it looks like it may turn off into different directions.
I'm gonna start walking towards the wailing noises.
Okie dokie. So as you get towards them, they'll get louder and louder, but the clanking noise of your feet is echoing down the halls. There's no way to be stealthy at this point. As you get close to what seems to be the first turn, well, the first time you can branch off, the noises are almost too loud to bear. Just screaming and moaning and just general cries of sadness. And to your left is an open doorway and a relatively dark room inside.
Can I hear like which direction the cries are coming from?
Inside that room.
The open room?
At your desk, yeah. Yeah. There's like an archway, but you can just walk in.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
turn on my flashlight and
Yeah.
then start walking in.
Okey-dokey. I want you to roll a 6-sided dice for me, please, and tell me the result.
3.
Okey-dokey. First, your flashlight hits a certain area, and it's quite clearly a metal cage. Within this cage, you see a youngish boy curled up with feathers growing out of his arms and claws for hands and feet. And he's just whimpering softly.
I'm gonna like try and like move my flashlight around and see if like if there's more people in here.
Another d6, please.
1.
You see a cage with a single white violin inside and nothing else.
Interesting. Gonna turn to another cage.
You know the drill?
5.
This one's much smaller and inside contains a scratch floppy disk.
Does Carrie see this?
That depends. Is she in the room?
Probably.
Then she
Probably like
sees it.
behind me or something.
Yeah. Ned is
Carrie.
like, look.
Does this look like the same kind of floppy disk that was used earlier?
Brains check, please.
7 out of 12.
Okay, it's a floppy disk. It looks similar to the one that the guy used, but it also looks similar to the ones that Pendleton keeps his files on, and the ones you use to keep stuff on at home. It's a generic floppy disk from a general store.
I'm going to see if
Terry-
there's like a light switch on the wall.
Yep, you can find a light switch, and do you want to switch it on?
Yes.
Okay. When you press the switch, the lights on top just blare into life. There's general mutters and moans as a sudden bright light is introduced into the room, and you see walls lined with cages. I mean, if Chester's in the room, he will recognise the white violin as the one that the girl I mentioned plays regularly.
Mm.
There's a cage with strange etchings on there with a child crying inside. There's all manner of creatures and things in there. I mean, God, there's somebody with glowing red eyes. You can see a small dog-looking like creature wearing what looks like a smaller version of Coach's jacket. There's so many people in there.
This
Holy
might
shit.
be bigger than we even expected.
Should we let them out?
I mean,
Why is there a
These-
violin in a box?
I don't
I
think anything is what it is anymore.
don't think I want to know.
As you mentioned the violin.
I'm gonna go ahead and approach the.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying I'm gonna go ahead and approach the cage or the container with the violin and see
As you get closer,
what sort of
you feel a chill coming over you. Like, but deathly cold, but you can only liken to the one in Cube Breakers. And then mist kind of starts spinning in the cage, and suddenly there's a small girl there holding the violin that you'd recognise as Kathy from the music classes that's practicing all the time.
I go ahead and press up to the cage and what's happening here? How long? What's going on? How long have you been here?
They've taken us. They're saying they've got to. Saying they've got to pay.
On the cage, what do I see as far as a lock setup?
Simple, kind of a normal iron. It's definitely iron from the colour of it. Just the lock built into the cage door itself. So it's got a keyhole in that you can fit a traditional kind of key in there.
I'm going to fish into my backpack and look for the multi-tool and see if I can't wang jangle that lock open.
Okie dokie. I'm going to need a flight check from you, please.
Seven.
Out of
12.
okay.
Said flight, correct?
Yeah. There's some clunking noises, a bit of scratching, and the cage door kind of rattles a bit, then gently swings open. At the second there's even the smallest gap, there's a rush of wind as mist just flows straight out of it, pulling the violin along with it. And then Kathy stood next to you holding a violin. She's still crying She's kind of leaning into you now. She can't make words, but you know she'll be trying to say thank you.
Did you say that they said you had to pay?
They said they had to pay.
What the fuck does that mean?
For the shelter?
Maybe the parents have to pay for something and they're taking the children as hostages? Also, Carrie has definitely taken the floppy disk and just carefully, not cradling it, but like making sure that it's safe because she's just assuming that.
As you hold it closer, you can see on the front of it, it just says on a neat little label, cyber organism.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's definitely taking care of it.
One thing I will also notice as all of you are stood in a room, Winter, the first cage you came across is kind of, the little boy inside's kind of unfurled now with his wings, and you can clearly make out that it's Jet, the boy you sometimes share snacks with on the roof. But as you look at his face, his lips are hard and almost, well, you'd call them beak-like, to be honest. And the feathers growing off his arms would almost make wings.
I'm gonna run over and see if is it the same kind of look as the other
Yep.
ones. Kind of like hold my hand up to the cage, like.
Gently puts a claw through it, so he doesn't pierce your skin, but you can feel two talons pressing on your flesh of your hand.
You okay, buddy?
Just get me out, please.
Do you know if there's keys laying around?
I've never. They knock us out before they get anybody else here. There's gas in the. And he gestures up, and you can clearly see vents in the ceiling where some kind of gas had flowed through to knock everybody out.
I'm gonna try and take Chester's multi-tool and try and use that to pick the lock open, or like ruin the lock or something.
Yep, I'll take a flight check, please.
That's an explosion.
Beautiful.
10 out of 6.
It comes open easily, and Jet kind of takes 2 steps, then jumps out and kind of tries to flap a bit, but he's clearly been cooped up too long and his muscles just aren't quite working right, and he just falls face first on the floor before getting back up and sniffling.
Yeah, be careful. How long have you been in here?
It's difficult to tell, but I think a day, maybe.
Do you remember when I saw him last?
You'll know that you saw him on the roof of the dorms yesterday. You hung out for a bit there,
Right.
but you've not seen him at school today.
I think a day is about right. Things have been very strange all day. People started disappearing and turning into mist, and the people in the grey jackets were everywhere.
Yeah, those fuckers in the grey jackets. They kind of, it's really agitated, it's twitching left and right and preening. Knit, in one of the cages near you, you see Felix. He's curled up in a corner. His eyes have also split into 4 either side, like Angie's. He's still got his normal legs, but he's got like half mandibles, half teeth. His 2 canines are stretched out nearly past his chin, dripping purple venom. It's melting holes in his clothes, but the second it touches the metal, it just rolls off. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look him in the eyes, all of them, and give him a little nod. And then I'm gonna look to Ren and just like sort of hold out my hand, like, could I borrow your bat for a second?
I am very hesitant because it is my bat, but do you want me to hit the lock?
Yeah, just one off.
Okay. I will try and hit the lock.
Okay, can you make a brawn check, please?
Braun or Braun? Okay. Uh, 5 out of 6.
Beautiful. Yep, it kind of, you hit it, he flinches back, and it just caves it in enough that it disengages the locking mechanism, and the door swings open. And with all the grace he normally possesses, he kind of steps out and, without thinking, hugs Nip.
I'll just sort of like reach out a hand for him and just say, your grandma's looking for you. Come on.
At the mention of his grandma, he pales a bit, then smiles and laughs. Just goes, oh, we're going to be fine then. And just leans on Nip's support.
Yeah. So everyone in here's someone we know, aren't they?
Yeah, most of the kids from the school. They're all, well, but he gestures to his eyes and his face. They're all something like that. They don't all have parents here, but I know some of them do.
Oh. That's not too different from the rest of us. Let's get everyone out. So no adults down here.
No, it's all kids.
Any idea why?
We never know anything. And then he pauses, and a screen in the corner of a room has just flashed to life. And you can hear this hissing sound, and a grinding as the vents above you start to swing fully open. Oh, we've got to go. We're bringing somebody else in.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to grab anyone else right now, do we? So I just like I just hold on to Felix and just like sort of like start pulling him out of the room and gesturing to everyone else who's free and like to come with.
Which way do they usually come from?
It's a jet that pipes up and just goes, we're knocked out when they come. God, don't you listen? It's they come from this doorway. I was kind of waking up when they pulled me in. I swear they took me through the stage. And then he just shakes his head, but I don't know.
Right. I think there may be pathways under the entire town. It's my guess. Saw one of them at the ice rink, so.
Yeah. So, as you're talking about all this, you can start to see this pale, kind of greyish, a yellowish gas start to descend from the ceiling and drop down. So you need to get out as soon as possible.
Yeah. Is anyone else coming with?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
Yeah,
out
of
the
course.
way we came in, I suppose.
Yep. So as you all bundle into the corridor, you can clearly hear voices coming from the way you came in. If you look in the opposite direction, you can see it's a long corridor, but it does branch off into other corridors. So you've got people coming from behind you, following you in. It's a case of where you want to go now.
Should we go a different direction then?
Yeah, I think anywhere's better than here. So
Yeah. So we can go like the opposite direction and then try one of the branches.
Yeah, so I would give me a flight check, please.
all of us.
Yep.
All right.
10 out of 6.
Don't stop me now. That's a 3 out of 6.
7 out of 12.
3 out of 10.
18 out of 20.
Okay, so as a group, you manage to get round the first bend as they come out the doorway into the corridor. So you're not spotted, but you don't know who they are either. You just hear the voices. And you see in front of you now is another long corridor leading to another door. There's no turn-offs on this one. It's either to the door
I'm gonna
or back.
take out my sports tape in my bag and just kind of put it on the end of my bat and just tear off a bit, and then at the base of the floor just kind of mark it just in case we get lost, so I have a wayfinder.
Okay, that works. Very good, very good. Anybody else have anything they want to do?
This door still has like the key card thing, I'm
Yep.
guessing.
It's exactly the same as all the other doors.
Okay.
Red light, handle.
I'm guessing we're using that.
Yeah, so if you head straight towards there, start to hear a bit more of a commotion as they've actually gone into the room that's just been knocked out and there's empty cages there. Noises start sounding, alarms start sounding, but you manage to get the door open. As you're swinging it open, the lock automatically engages again. So if you'd been just a second too late, that door would have locked on you. What you see in front of you is a long set of stairs going straight up. Not a ladder, just stairs.
Should we?
Straight up.
Yeah, pretty much as far as you can see, a straight shot to a door at the top.
I mean, we're ascending, not descending.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So as you're sprinting
Quick.
up the stairs, the noises are behind you. You hear banging on the door at the bottom of the stairs where you've just shut behind you. And they clearly can't get in. Their key cards aren't activating the door either. And you sprint up to the top and manage to burst out the door. And you're exiting behind the outdoor stage. So you're in the centre of just to the left of a recreation district in the centre of a village. You've managed to bust 3 people out of a jail. Well, 3 people in a floppy disk.
People in a floppy disk. Where can we even go?
We're not leaving without you, Floppy.
And at that, I believe I will call it an end of session.